To third-degree murder charges, a man who killed a cousin and later pointed a gun at a pastor in a North Braddock church was sentenced Monday. News Radio KDKA's Paul Alexander has the story.
A godly chose.
27-year-old Bernard Polite has been sentenced to up to 60 years in prison. He was charged with killing his cousin Derek in May of last year before heading to Jesus' Dwelling Place Church, where he tried to shoot Pastor Glenn Germany. The gun didn't fire, and Polite was wrestled to the ground by a deacon, and the entire incident was caught on live stream video. Polite apologized to the family at his sentencing hearing on Monday. Polite lives with schizophrenia and will continue to get treatment in prison. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
First responders in Pittsburgh and other local communities are participating tonight in the National Night Out celebration. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has that story.
Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire Chief Dr. Darrell Jones tells Larry Richard the departments are part of the community and are neighborhood-based.
If you would look at any of our rigs, you'll see the name of the neighborhood on the side of the rig as well as the number of the rig. So our guys really take possession of the neighborhood, they take pride in it, and they contribute, and they are participants in the neighborhood.
Jones says the event encourages stronger connections between first responders and the people they protect and serve. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
New this hour, a boil water advisory for Pan American water customers has been lifted in Cross Creek Township, Independence Township, Jefferson Township, and West Middletown Borough. Customers were notified on Saturday a water main break caused a loss of positive water pressure, resulting in the boil water advisory. But in a statement today, Pan American Water says acceptable test results indicate the issue has been resolved. North Fayette volunteer firefighters saved a choking baby on Monday afternoon. Deputy Chief Ian Richards noticed a vehicle in the parking lot of the firehouse on Steubenville Pike and then saw a mother get out in a panic along with an infant. Richards, the other firefighters and EMTs who were at the station at the time, stopped the choking, and the child was then taken to a hospital for evaluation. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 41 points at 44,117. The NASDAQ is up 46 points now, the S&P down about 1. KDKA Sports, the Pirates will try to extend a 3-game home winning streak when they play the Giants tonight. Mike Burrows starts for the Bucks. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's window, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. Time to call Metropolitan Windows. Save 30% off their full line of exclusive Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows. Call 412-655-8411. Skies are cloudy at 74 in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin, president of Botkin Family Wealth Management, where I work with my dad Les and my brother Lester. If you've heard Dad talking about his previous career as a PGA golf pro, you know I grew up in a golf family. My very first job at age 15 was a caddy. Yep, I was the only girl caddy at Nevillewood. I made $30 a round, and I got to watch a lot of golfers, their swing, their attitudes, and their reactions. The best players were those who remained focused no matter what happened. They never got too excited by a great hole or too rattled by a bad shot or an unlucky break. Investing holds the same principles. A market downturn can be upsetting, but staying calm is the key to success. At Botkin Family Wealth Management, we help you keep emotions out of your investment decisions so that you can stay focused on what you want to accomplish. Dad and I are certified financial planners, and Lester is a chartered financial analyst. We work as a team, your team. Learn more at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Folds of Honor has been meeting
All right, Marty, good morning. And everybody is still working with an accident on Route 8. Final stages of clearing, though, so things are getting a little bit better for you on Route 8, William Flynn Highway, near the intersection with Butler Plank Road. So just a heads up as you travel there might be some remnants of slowdowns for you. 28 southbound, still a little bit chunked up for you between the 31st Street Bridge and the off-ramp to either East Ohio Street or the North Shore Expressway. Parkway West is trying to decide if it's going to get heavy again or ease off, but right now you're slow right around the Parkway Center Mall overpass before the Fort Pitt tunnels. We hope your ride is on the outbound side of the Parkway headed toward the airport. That's the much better commute toward Pittsburgh International. You're lining up on the inbound side of the Parkway East between Wilkinsburg and Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Campbell on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A heat advisory from noon today through 8 p.m. AccuWeather real field temperatures near 100 the next couple of afternoons. The rest of today will become partly sunny, hot and humid with a high of 90. Clear to partly cloudy and muggy tonight, though 73. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the Big K, Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Man, I'm sitting there watching this video last night of this hit-and-run victim in Coriopolis. My God. Oh, it's just horrible. This poor guy was crossing the street, kind of sort of looking both ways. And right there on 4th Avenue in Coriopolis, if you're familiar, this car plowed. It's hard to watch, man. I mean, car plowed into him. He didn't have a chance. Awful. Awful. He's dead. And they arrested a man who is an illegal immigrant. And the rhetoric begins. But the facts are clear that this could get dicey for several reasons. By the way, ICE has been kicking ass. It's a very difficult job. It's a dangerous job. It's a thankless job. They're getting beat up all over the country, literally and figuratively. I wouldn't do that job. They're offering $50,000 bonuses. To hell with that. It's just too much crap. But the issue here is, by doing its job, could we get this guy and end up putting him out of the country, deporting him before he sees any justice here, before he's actually charged? Because these investigations take time. My good friend Mad Max, one of my boys who has a significant number of law enforcement sources. Max, we know that it's an illegal immigrant that was driving this car that killed this man. Yes? Confirm, right?
That is correct. Confirmed. Yes.
Now, Max, according to your sources that are very connected to all this stuff, we can have a quandary here, a legal quandary. Kind of explain that, please, because this is a big deal.
So typically what would happen in a situation like this person would be remanded to local PD custody and then sent to ACJ. But because he was an ICE fugitive, potentially, ICE was notified, and now he's in ICE custody, and ICE isn't in the habit of, or business, I should say, of jailing people pending trial status. They're in the business of deporting illegal immigrants. So, like you said, the issue here is it's still under investigation. They're still gathering evidence, and it's kind of pending, court status. So could this guy end up being deported before all the facts are gathered and he's formally charged by, the DA or, whatever? So there's a very real possibility that he goes back to his home country and he never sees justice, and he'll never come back here. Why would you if you're a fugitive?
No question. It's an insanely valid point. It's an important conversation, and I think everybody should know what's going on here. Number one, Max, once someone is picked up for a hit and run like this, it takes time to do this investigation before they're formally charged, does it not, sir?
It does, and I'm told that there's only a handful of guys that do these crash scene investigations, and they're all very, very busy.
Yep.
So that's kind of the bottleneck here, is getting these guys to do this, because they've got a lot of cases in the pipeline.
And what kind of is extraordinary too is that ICE took him immediately. What does that tell you, sir? According to your sources.
Well, that tells me that this guy was already on the radar and wanted by ICE. Otherwise, he would have been remanded to local police and then, sent to ACJ. The other issue I'm told is a possibility is the local PD reached out to ICE potentially because they knew if they sent this guy to ACJ, ACJ isn't going to honor the detainer by ICE, and then this guy's going to get released and then potentially flee the country anyway. So there's a couple of things that are kind of, potential stuff, but it's hard to say. But regardless, he's in ICE custody, and it's a very real possibility that this guy ends up getting deported before his day in court.
I'm asking you, Max, you might not be able to answer this, but Max has extensive sources in law enforcement. Wouldn't local folks have a conversation with ICE and say, hold him while we do our job? And wouldn't ICE just say, hell yeah, do your job?
Well, again, you have a lot of municipalities that will not cooperate and have publicly stated so with ICE, unfortunately.
Excellent point.
The other thing, I just want to point out is there was a protest in Ambridge where this guy was picked up last Thursday evening. So the other real possibility exists that this guy was not picked up that night because of the protest, and as a result of this protest, a life was lost when he probably could have been picked up the prior Thursday in Ambridge when they were out there doing whatever they were doing. You know what I'm saying?
You're kind of connecting some dots here that might not be connectable. To suggest that they would have picked this guy up is kind of hit or miss. Not fair, actually. As if they knew he was at this protest, as if they knew he was floating around. I guess you could say that and speculate that. I want to stick to the facts here, and it's dramatic of what could happen. I would think that there has to be some arrangement, but Max makes a point that is valid as hell. Some of these local towns, some of these cities, Pittsburgh, Wilkinsburg, Philly, are saying to hell with ICE. We ain't working with you. That could be a problem, could it not?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that would enrage a lot of folks, would it not, Max?
Well, I mean, it's just a shame that, everybody can't work together to, these people are in the country illegally. I mean, that's it, point blank.
Completely 100% agree. Could not agree more. This is insanely ridiculous and obnoxious if local law enforcement agencies, especially in a case like this, won't work with ICE. That could result in this happening. That is despicable and vile. Mad Max, it makes you think, brother. Appreciate you, my man.
You got it, sir. Man. Yep, bye.
When I got that information, I said, hell no. There's no way that can happen. So in this scenario, there is a possibility, we're not saying it's happening now, that before extremely busy accident investigative officers, usually with the state police, quite frankly, sometimes the county has them, the city has its own, that before they investigate this, before they charge this illegal, this person could be deported. I'm hoping that folks use common sense, that men and women in power say, that ain't happening. He's staying and facing this jury in America. Because if he's deported, you create outrage. And this wonderful man that was killed and his family and friends never see justice. Just pain and sorrow. Let's just hope to heck that doesn't happen. Man. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, 888 Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, what's up is we have some bridge inspectors out and about in Beaver County this week, Marty. This is day 2 of 3 days of work on the East Rochester-Monaca Bridge. Crews are out there 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They were there yesterday. They're back again today, and they'll be there on Friday, August 8th. As they're doing that, we are certainly seeing some slow-go traffic, especially on the bridge coming across the river toward Route 65. So just keep that in mind as you're traveling there. Trying to travel a little bit closer to downtown Pittsburgh, you still have a lot of company on the Parkway West, for example. Things are sluggish sluggish for you between the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp and the runaway truck sand pile before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Outbound on the Parkway East, talk about having some company. The brake lights now greet you right at the Bates Street on-ramp before the Squirrel Hill tunnels. The inbound commute is still kind of heavy between Wilkinsburg and Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey, are you turning 65 and exploring Medicare options? With over 50 Medicare plans available to you, it can be overwhelming. MediConnect is here to help. They want you to understand your options so you can choose the best plan for yourself. It's Medicare made simple with one call. Connect with MediConnect at no cost. Their top-rated experts are coming to your neighborhood with their new to Medicare seminar. You don't want to miss this. Call 888-818-6334 or visit MediConnectInsurance.com and click on the seminar tab.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-342-1834. That's 800-342-1834.
NASCO Roofing has done work on every one of my family's house. My sister, my brother, our house. They have done work on every single one of their homes and my home, and unbelievable work. Lifetime guarantee. Amazing work ethic. Amazing pricing. NASCO Roofing. NASCO. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. Man, I love this. It's Marty. Good paying jobs. Not just any jobs. Jobs that can support your family. Great benefits. Opportunities for advancement. This is the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, representing construction workers and public sector employees. Over 500,000 strong. I love them. Phil Amaris leads this great union. He's one of my boys. He's one of my favorite people on earth. I'm serious. Pennsylvania Laborers District Council. Check them out. LaborPA.org. They're powerful. I'm telling you, I love them. Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DiLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DiLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks. Hey, folks, Marty here. Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third-generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The summer savings continue to heat up at Coons Market.
Pork baby back ribs, $2.99 a pound. Fresh blueberries, 1 pint container, $1.99 each. The Central Everyday tortilla chips, 12-ounce bags, 2 for $3. Come see us at Coons.
Get Marty, brought to you by UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The act is horrible. The fact that we lost a great man is horrible. It's just horrible. He was steps from the sidewalk. The video, I mean, the guy was flying. The fact that he was a wanted man, the fact that he might have, could have, should have been caught up or arrested in a protest. I'm glad Max put that out there, but the big picture here is what the hell happens if they deport him. And I'm hoping someone at a federal level talks to someone at a local level and does not allow this to happen. Some would argue to hell with him, get rid of him. No. This family needs justice. Big time. Brian, thanks for holding me. Go.
Hey, Marty, retired from the job. You know, it's a shame that this happened.
Yep.
And, you know, and here's a thing. A preliminary hearing only has to show prima facie.
True.
I get it. The Reconstructionists are backed up.
Yep.
I know firsthand.
Yep.
So let's, you know, if we can get a case through on prima facie with this video, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure that they can get that to hold him. There's a lot of intricacies, and, you know, you shouldn't have a problem without a solution, and we have so many laws on the books. Now, I know the state and local laws. I don't know federally, but here's what I would say. If I was the family and you don't get justice, I would be knocking down the doors of McCormick and Fetterman and Reschenthaler.
Hell yeah.
Because you know what? Why don't we have a law that says if you are here illegally and you commit a major crime, i.e. hit and run, homicide by vehicle. I'm not talking about taking a pack of gum from a grocery store.
Of course.
But the feds should be able to charge him, hold him, and then we could get this thing all the way through. It wouldn't matter. ICE has him, great. And if the feds come after you, Marty, you know as well as I do, stuff's going to get ugly. And then if they want to send him somewhere, if Trump wants to send him to prison in El Salvador after the guy gets sentenced to 60 years, I'm all about it. But this family needs to go. I don't know. There may be something on the books, but if there's not, regardless of how this turns out for that family, people need to push that if you're here illegally, you've already committed a crime, and if you commit a serious crime, it escalates to the federal level, and then we get rid of Ed Gainey and all these naysayers that don't want to play ball with the feds.
It's true. It has to happen. He cannot be deported. There's no way. It's a great call. You're my man. One of my favorite insiders. My man knows the game. I'm hoping that the adults enter the room. I'm hoping. And say, stop. This man will be held and charged and tried. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that no one jumps the gun and gets emotional and says, no, it's our job. My man Dave raises another point. If they deport him, he could be back in the country in a week illegally again. Yes, sir, he could. However, I don't know the guy, but he can't be that stupid that if he literally got away with murder, hit and run homicide, he ain't coming back. Which is Max's point, which is my point, so you know. I have to offer this context. As everybody is ready to storm the Bastille with pitchforks and fire and scream and yell, I hate illegals. There are nearly 2,000 hit-and-run deaths a year. The number is so low you cannot even find the number of illegal immigrants involved in those hit-and-runs, okay? And according to the data that's out there, again, I'm not defending this man or this act, but we get into this rhetoric that all illegals suck and get rid of all illegals and they're all bad people. The data suggests they are 65% less likely to get arrested than I am or you are. And regarding accidents, there are 8,000 people killed by cars that hit people on highways and roadsides every year. An infinitesimal, whatever the name is, a very small number, less than 1% of those statistics point out that illegals are killing those folks with their cars. Again, not defending this crime, not defending this incident, just suggesting that we get into this mode in America where I hate illegals, they're all bad people, they're destroying our country, kill them all. I suggest you do a little research to determine that for the most part, the vast majority, I'm not suggesting we don't deport them, I'm just saying the vast majority rarely commit a crime. And before I go, I must address this. I discussed yesterday an incident at Upper St. Clair Country Club. Fantastic club. Fantastic environment. Fantastic family country club in Upper St. Clair. That they came and took employees out of the kitchen. They didn't. ICE took several construction workers who were rebuilding the 9-hole golf course. The members had nothing to do with it. The club had nothing to do with it. The construction company has something to do with it. In essence, having to shut down for now the construction on that golf course, which also suggests the impact illegals have on construction here, in landscaping here, in restaurant work here. Not defending what happened in Coriopolis. It's heinous. But suggesting that what happened in Upper St. Clair had nothing to do with their members, that the construction workers were taken from a company out of Pittsburgh that ICE will now deport. 4 of them shut down the construction of their golf course. Crazy stuff. Happens every day here.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Hi, this is Father Tom Burke of the Diocese of Pittsburgh. Join me for Catholic Education Plus as we explore the EITC program, how it turns taxes into tuition assistance. Catholic Education Plus airs this Sunday morning at 6:30 and is sponsored by Sam and Judy Spanos and the Diocese of Pittsburgh.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
74 and mostly cloudy. It's 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A local healthcare system is reminding women about the importance of a yearly exam. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
Dr. Megan Clamoris, OBGYN with Independence Health Systems, emphasized the importance of regular gynecological exams for women's overall health and well-being on the Big K Morning Show.
There's so many preventable screening things, especially cervical cancer. We want to see you. Us, the gynecologists and the dentists, are probably the least favorite group when it comes to, I think, patients showing up. But please, please, we want to see you. Your genital health is very important to us, from adolescence all the way up to postmenopause.
Clamorous says seeing your OBGYN should equate to a regular checkup with your PCP for your heart and lungs. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A state lawmaker wants to make sure roughly 300,000 Pennsylvanians eligible for Medicaid are kept up to date on the impact of federal funding cuts. Here's News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
Democratic State Representative Dan Frankel says a cut in funding means community organizations will need to step in and help provide key information to help people who are eligible for Medicaid. So he wants the Department of Human Services to proactively reach out to them, to develop easy-to-understand materials for applicants, to provide grants to help, and to streamline access to the Medicaid system for those organizations.
We know that beginning in January of 2027, and maybe even earlier, that these cuts will hit, and that many people who currently have health care under Medicaid may be losing their access to that coverage.
Frankel is currently gathering co-sponsors for his bill before it's introduced. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 126 points at 44,054. The Nasdaq down 25 points, and the S&P is down 15. KDKA Radio News Time 10:31. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Just talked to my boy J.K., the king of Oakmont restaurants. The Lot. Have you tried it? Best breakfast you'll ever have. Carnivores. Unbelievable wings. The Pub. Woo! The hamburgers. And how about Hofstadt's? The Italian is magnificent. So you got The Lot, Carnivores, the Pub, Hofstadt's. Every single one, the highest quality, the best food. Check them all out in Oakmont. Have a big tree down in our backyard behind the deck, so it's not a big problem. But I tell you what, when you reach out to Greater Pitt Tree Service, it's never a problem. Carlos is the man, the best in the business. Let me say this. Trained professionals, insured, bonded, best equipment, unbelievable work ethic. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE, the best in the business.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. Well, what's up is the rush hour is trying to ease off in a couple of spots, and in some spots it's doing that just successfully. Parkway West, for example, has really backed off in terms of the backups. It's just slow at times down the front side of Braintree Hill, so not too tough of a ride there. The Parkway East, though, in both directions, very heavy. Outbound right now, heading through the Squirrel Hill construction zone by Commercial Street and the bridge project there, backing up at the Bates Street off-ramp. Parkway East on the inbound ride continues to be quite heavy at Edgewood Swissvale. A reminder for you, the Clementi Bridge is closed yesterday morning, and it's closed for 2 weeks worth of inspection work during the work week. The span will be open to you for the weekend in between. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds for the rest of today, trending sunnier as the afternoon wears on. It'll be hot and humid with a high of 90 and AccuWeather real field temperatures over 100. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, warm and sticky, though 73. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, here we go. Inching through the week. It's a Tuesday. I got you covered 2 to 6 right here. KDK, Colin Dunlap.
So, this is intriguing as hell. A horrible hit-and-run accident resulting in a death in Coriopolis. The video is awful. Wonderful member of that community killed. ICE snatched an illegal who was wanted and has him in custody. Now, my sources tell me that right now, the feds are taking a look at what they should do and how they should proceed. The best immigration lawyer I know, Joseph Patrick Murphy, joining us. Good morning, Joseph. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Marty. Nice to hear from you.
So, my man, you looked at this case?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're an immigration firm, and we do a lot of work to protect the rights of immigrants in this country. But this is a situation where one of these people is killed, an American. That's not something that we would get involved in. I suspect this person's going to do some jail time and then go home.
So there's a lot of confusion. What generally happens in a case like this? Because I've been told, Joseph, there's this debate. Deport him right now and get him the hell out of here. Could that happen, sir?
Right.
Could that happen?
That could. As soon as this person is not physically restrained by the local police, in this case, I think it's Coriopolis, immigration will grab this person and take him to immigration detention. He would be ineligible for release from immigration detention under any circumstances because he's a presumptive threat to public safety.
Oh.
And they would proceed with the deportation, which would happen a lot faster than normal because they're paying to house and clothe and feed the man. He might make an asylum claim or something like that, but it would be resolved very quickly, and he would then go home. He wouldn't have a chance to even get back out of immigration detention. This happens a lot. I call it the public safety catch-22, where people have criminal charges that indicate a potential threat to public safety. Immigration will grab them sometimes before the locals or after they're bailed out of the locals, and then they can't clear their name. This could be a case you could beat, but they're never allowed to clear their name. They're required to stay in immigration detention until the immigration charges are resolved.
And Joseph, just so we're clear, there's also a chance that he might, for the family of the victim here who wants justice in America in front of a jury, that he could be deported before that ever happens?
My suspicion is he's going to be held in county, eventually tried and convicted.
I see.
There was alcohol involved in this. And he will do, I presume, some jail time in our county system, maybe even state time, depending upon the circumstances, if he was intoxicated, obviously. But as soon as he's not physically restrained by Pennsylvania, that could be bail, furlough, parole, anything like that, ICE will grab him and start deportation. And I suspect he is going home. I mean, look, the Americans, as I've said before, are very patient people. But when you start killing citizens, It's something they don't have a lot of patience with.
There's a concern I get this morning that ICE has him now, sir, and that before they investigate this accident, he gets deported. Could that happen, sir?
That could happen. If ICE gets him first, they have him. Will never go back to right. Oh, I don't know that they have him, and I suspect that they do not. The reports that I read is that local police caught him. If they did, then he would be taken to county.
I need to find that out.
He said, but even if he paid that, it would just be released to ICE.
This is kind of a conundrum, as you pointed out, is it not, sir?
Well, he's got two different types of charges all at once.
You're right.
He's brought himself to the attention of ICE as a non-citizen in our country doing these outrageous things. We don't even allow each other to do that, certainly not foreigners. And, so there's multiple agencies that have an interest in him, all for the same reason, obviously, but with different outcomes. Normally, when someone has done something this outrageous, there is a conviction and some jail time. At a minimum, the Americans would want someone who did this to go home with a story that if you mess up here, it's not going to be just a trip home.
Hold on. The police department contacted ICE. Wow. He's currently being held by ICE. Wow.
Okay. Well, then my suspicion is he's never going to see a criminal court. They're just going to deport him. Because if ICE has him, they're going to take him for deportation proceedings. He's going to try and defend those. Very difficult. I mean, even if you're just illegal, there are defenses you can make. But after, this would be someone who not only entered our country illegally and stayed in our country illegally and presumably worked in our country illegally, but is now, in addition to all those things, someone who brought about the demise of our citizens. So, I don't think he's going to be able to get himself out of that.
But Joseph, again, it's very confusing. Yes. What if the locals say, hey, we want him. We want to try him here. This family wants justice. Could ICE turn him over, sir?
Yeah. I don't think so. There's no mechanism I know of. Once they have him, the only way to get him out of there is to have an immigration bond. And someone who's a threat to public safety is presumptively a threat to, ineligible. There are mechanisms to get someone transferred back to county. It's a writ of habeas corpus ad testificandum. They can pull him back down if the locals want to, but I suspect he will be deported before that works out.
Attorney Joseph Patrick Murphy, before you go, I got to make a point here. What we want to do in America today is demonize all illegal immigrants. I want you to make sure you tell folks. The stats show it. They are 65% less likely to get arrested than we are, sir. Are they not?
As a general rule, you're right, Marty. People that are in these tenuous statuses are well aware that they need to be on, so to speak, their best behavior. They're in a foreign country without documentation or with limited documentation, and they tend to not get in as much nonsense. There are obviously some very visible incidents like this one that rightfully cause outrage, but that is, it's not every immigrant, and this is by far the exception and not the rule.
Joseph Patrick Murphy, fantastic stuff, folks. The Allegheny Immigration Group. You're the man. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, Marty. Always nice time.
Wow. We muddy the waters. And my man knows his craft. What's amazing, too, Patrick, is he did not want to defend this guy. He didn't want the case. He said, look, you killed an American. We're not going to. Interesting. He's a fantastic lawyer, and he knows what he's talking about. So his take at this point is it's unlikely at this point that this illegal being held by ICE will stay in this country. That it's in all likelihood he will be deported before he ever faces justice for these charges in America. Fascinating. Wow. Wow. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, what's up out there is construction is causing our biggest delay, Marty. Not surprising, of course, but we always like to warn people just what they're up against if they try to travel the outbound Parkway East, especially at this hour. It usually gets heavier as the day goes along, and that's happening right now on 376 heading eastbound as you try to squeeze through that single-lane traffic pattern by the tunnels and by that Commercial Street Bridge project. You are backing up solidly at the on-ramp that comes up from Bates Street and 2nd Avenue or coming down from the Boulevard of the Allies there. So please leave extra time. That's about 1.5 miles worth of delays for you there. Inbound, you're lining up right around Edgewood Swissvale. Otherwise, the ride toward town on 376 is fine once you get to the city side. 28 just as a minor slowdown right by the off-ramp for East Ohio Street, and the Parkway West inbound is slow at the runaway truck sand pile. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. Now, who doesn't like a good party? Well, how about a Sips and Social Security happy hour? Sounds like fun, right? Well, Thursday, August 14th, you can join AARP Pennsylvania at Wiggle Whiskey for a little bit of food, a complimentary drink, and a ton of information about Social Security and exactly what AARP is doing to protect yours. Very simple process. Register at aarp.org/local and see you there.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
There's not a whole lot of people when you say my name. They're like, all right, he's just what it is. Some people are like, man, I really like that guy's show. The other opinion is, I hate that guy. I hope he gets hit by a Pat bus. I'm okay with that. If I've got this far in life, expressing exactly how I feel, why would I change now?
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all three if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in the combo while supplies last.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, folks, Marty here. When you need work done in your home, the biggest investment in your life, who can you trust to deliver both quality and value? Come on. Call the cousins, Sam, Steve, and Calvin, the 3 cousins of CNS Cousins Construction. Experts. Top of your house to decking and siding. Their expert technicians will treat you like family. If you're looking for a total replacement or even a small repair, call the cousins at CNS Cousins Construction. 989-COUSINS, a local company you can trust. 989-COUSINS, the best.
How would you like to go to the beach or pool feeling comfortable without wearing a cover-up this summer? How would you like to be in front of pictures instead of hiding behind people in the back where only your head pops up? How would you like your doctors to tell you how proud they are of your weight loss? How would you like to fit into clothes that haven't fit in years? How would you like to have such self-esteem and self-confidence that you are beyond happy? Yes, yes, and yes. Let's make all these things happen. Call me, Dr. Shufo, at 1-800-900-THIN.
You know, the last time I talked to Rob Pierce from Rob Pierce and Associates, it was about Ozempic. So, look, Rob gets it. I get it. A lot of folks have had tremendous results from Ozempic, weight loss, tremendous. However, folks have side effects. Some of them disastrous side effects, so they've taken that on. Next time we talk to him, nursing home abuse. Why? Rob has been at the forefront of protecting families and their loved ones in nursing homes for decades. Rob Pierce and Associates. 40 years of protecting citizens, healthcare issues, personal injury issues, anything relevant to car crashes, nursing home abuse, doctor's mistakes. Robert Pierce and Associates. 412-214-7477. Robert Pierce and Associates. 412-214-7477.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Virginia from Ohio asks, one of my children wanted to buy a condo, so I gave her $80,000 as a down payment. Later, I told her that was part of her inheritance, so when the division of my assets occurs, the other two kids will get their $80,000 first, and then the rest will be divided equally. She was very upset because she didn't know that the down payment was part of her inheritance. How should I proceed? Oh, dear Virginia, I'm not sure what else you can do. If she can't wrap her head around the arrangement, I think that might be her issue to resolve, not yours. I wish you luck.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit Progressive.com today.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I don't know. Wow. That attorney who knows what he's doing kind of dropped the bomb in the room. I don't know. I got to find this out. Does someone know? I mean, the attorney says, if ICE has him, they ain't letting go. It would be extremely unusual. I don't know. We can't find precedent. We found a case, but it was 2 years ago in New York. Huh. The attorney says that if ICE has him, it's unlikely he'll ever be let go. And they'll deport him. And for folks wondering, it's also unlikely that once he gets home to Mexico, wherever he is, he will not be charged there. So, also raises the possibility that he could sneak back in the country and end up somewhere else. So, yes, ICE has him at this point. According to the attorney, it would be next to impossible, unless there was some special bond, which he said is not happening, and that they would, in all likelihood, deport him before he ever faces any kind of trial here or charges. How about that? How about that? I find that to be fascinating. So there's no mechanism where they can weigh this thing out in court and decide where he's punished most? I don't know. But as the attorney said also, he's a danger to the public. And he's a threat. So the whole point of this deportation process and these aggressive actions by ICE is to get him the hell out of the country. If it was my father who was killed, or my friend who was killed, or my neighbor who was killed, and by the way, this gentleman who was killed, beloved in Coriopolis, folks are devastated in Coriopolis. They're outraged in Coriopolis. They want justice in Coriopolis. But what we just heard from Joseph Patrick Murphy, highly regarded immigration lawyer, is that for all intents and purposes, for the most part, he'll be deported before he stands trial here. Maybe before he's formally charged. Okay. I have calls into the feds. Local chief says he will be prosecuted in Allegheny County, suggesting that Joseph's an advocate for illegals. I get that, and he is, but he was just laying it out there. In fact, I know he's an advocate for illegals. However, Chief, if you heard, he wouldn't take the case. He didn't want the case. It was a bad case. In other words, he didn't want it because he knows the guy committed a crime, a heinous act, and the guy needs to be deported. So I'm going to have to find out. I've got calls out to the feds, several lawyers. You heard from Joseph Patrick Murphy, the attorney. We will stay on top of it, and we will. And regarding the case in New York, they say they're going to deport that guy. We'll see. They say they're going to deport him. Tom Homan, the border czar, as he's called, says he's getting rid of him. So we'll let you know, folks. It's dicey. If it's my family, I want them charged here. I want them sent to prison here. I want them punished here. But I also understand the federal stance. To hell with them. Get him the hell out of America. We don't want to hit him here another day. We want to pay for anything he does. It's a very, very emotional issue, very, very stressful, and has a lot of folks talking this morning. We will stay on top of it and provide you with the best information possible.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-969-0686 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-969-0686. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-969-0686 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-969-0686.
Don't let summer slip away. Your last-minute summer adventure at Deep Creek Lake is here. Upgrade your getaway to a luxury SWAC Vacations Lodge with its own private indoor pool, a hidden speakeasy, even a private lazy river. Book any 3-night stay before Labor Day, get $500 off. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, a massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone, and many more great destinations. Visit swacvacations.com, use code LAKE500, claim your $500 discount.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Wonderful woman named Beth sent me a message. She has cancer and she's battling that. She has had serious heart problems and breathing problems, and she's battling that. And she hasn't had a furnace that worked in 2 years. The folks at 2D Mechanical heard that and said, that ain't happening. We're getting that fixed. It's what makes 2D Mechanical great. They will go to Beth's home and fix her furniture or replace her furnace. 2D Mechanical, 412-771-4100. 412-771-4100.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
75 and partly cloudy at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Allegheny County Police are reporting gun violence late last night in McKees Rocks, where detectives say a man was shot in the leg a few minutes before 10 p.m. in the 900 block of Gray Street. He was in stable condition. A Monessen couple is accused of severely abusing a 5-year-old boy. Charles Smitley and Colleen Cassidy were arrested after a relative who took custody of the boy noticed he looked emaciated and was covered in bruises. The child was taken to an emergency room where the boy told healthcare workers he was hit with a paddle, tied to a chair, went days without eating, and was forced to sleep on a basement bathroom floor without blankets or pillows. Smitley and Cassidy are in the Westmoreland County Prison, each facing charges of endangering the welfare of children, unlawful restraint, and simple assault. After pleading guilty but mentally ill to third-degree murder charges, a man who killed a cousin and later pointed a gun at a pastor in a North Braddock church was sentenced Monday. News Radio KDKA's Paul Alexander has the story.
A godly chose. 27-year-old Bernard Polite has been sentenced to up to 60 years in prison. He was charged with killing his cousin Derek in May of last year before heading to Jesus' Dwelling Place Church, where he tried to shoot Pastor Glenn Germany. The gun didn't fire, and Polite was wrestled to the ground by a deacon, and the entire incident was caught on live stream video. Polite apologized to the family at his sentencing hearing on Monday. Polite lives with schizophrenia and will continue to get treatment in prison. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
Pittsburgh, communities in the region and across America are throwing block parties tonight for the National Night Out celebration. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
Pittsburgh Brewer Fire Chief Dr. Darrell Jones tells Larry Richard the department takes pride in participating in the celebration, which is usually a great time.
So for tonight, National Night Out, they'll be celebrating and making connections and building relationships with the community.
The National Night Out campaign launched in Philadelphia in 1984. The movement has spread throughout the country, and southwestern Pennsylvania is no exception. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The Seneca Valley School Board previewed last night a $165 million project to connect 2 high school buildings and build a new performing arts center. A Cranberry Eagle report says the Seneca Valley Board approved receiving proposals for the project and also for holding a public hearing about it on September 8th. Construction could start in early 2026 with work finished in the fall of 2030. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 159 points at 44,018. The Nasdaq down 93 points, and the S&P is down 30. KDKA Sports, the Pirates will try to extend a 3-game home winning streak when they play the Giants tonight. Mike Burrows will start for the Bucks. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. It's 75 and partly cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 412-556-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Americans spend $66 billion on weight loss products and services each year. And you know what? Right here in our hometown, Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Vitchoff has helped thousands of people do just that. Lose weight, keep it off. In fact, he's been helping people take back control of their lives for more than 20 years here in Pittsburgh at the PA Hypnosis Center. You have an opportunity to do the same. Are you battling anxiety? So many people are. He can help you with that. If you want to quit smoking, Dan Vitchoff is the call you should make at the PA Hypnosis Center today. Schedule your free consultation at 724-934-8446, 724-934-8446. Dan can help you reach your goal with a 98% success guarantee. 724-934-8446. Call now.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is an accident downtown. So City of Pittsburgh crews dealing with an accident on Smithfield Street between Forbes and 5th Avenues. Do watch out for a tight squeeze and some slowdowns as you try and travel there. Getting into downtown by way of the Parkway East, you still have some congestion on 376. You have sluggish traffic beginning between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the inbound Squirrel Hill Tunnel portal. It's that outbound portal that's a real bugger. You have a single lane of traffic until 2 p.m. past the work that's happening near the Commercial Street Bridge project. And you're lining up for that trek right around the on-ramp that comes up from Bates Street. And you're also finding that on-ramp is very heavy as well, trying to merge into the already mainline congestion. Parkway West inbound, just a little bit slow for you right around the Banksville on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Partly to mostly sunny, hot and humid for the rest of our Tuesday with a high of 90 and AccuWeather real field temperatures topping 100. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, warm and humid, low 73. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, sorry. I got carried away. I have to play some sound first. Listen to this craziness. Imagine if you're in bed and you hear this. Aaron, can you please play that? Listen to this. One more time, please. Those are gunshots. Man. The video's dramatic as hell. It's on my social media right now. It's... I would be unsettled, to say the least. And it's all captured on video, clear as day. The truck... the guy who lives in the house even has a license plate. Why the hell isn't someone in jail? I got to find this out. The man who lives in that house joins me right now. Hey, Bobby, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, considering everything.
No kidding.
How's everything with you?
No kidding, considering everything. This is insane.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's crazy, you know.
Hey, Bobby, lay this out, exactly what happened and when. People got to hear this story.
Okay, Friday, July 25th, at 11 o'clock. I've already been in bed for an hour because I got to get up, next morning, Saturday, and be at work at 6 o'clock. So I'm already been in bed for at least an hour. So, I hear glass breaking. And I'm like, this is pretty loud. I don't know what's going on. I thought maybe, like I said, when I talked to you yesterday, I thought maybe my dogs were wrestling in the living room and knocked over my TV. So when I got up, I figured, okay, well, let me I stayed down in bed. I don't know what's going on. So I, pull out my phone, check my cameras to see who was around or whatever was around. And I said, well, eventually I got to get up. So I get up, I walk to my living room, we'll go to the bathroom, and walk back to my living room, and I see 3 holes in my living room wall. And I said, whoa, this is crazy.
Wow.
So, I walk over to my living room window. I don't see any shattered glass. So, there's bullets, through my wall. So I just called the police. And the police come out, and, we go over everything, and we pull up the videos. I'm distraught. I'm half asleep. I can't really function all that well. So I pull up the videos on the cameras, and just enough to give to the cops. And, they took it and investigated it. They wanted to watch it and get all the details that they could get. And then, once I collected myself, I found, the notification where the truck pulled up and parked and backed up, pulled in front of my house again, paused, then the shots let off. And that whole minute from the truck arrived and it left was 7 minutes long. So, the occupants pulled in the vacant lot next door to my house, and they walked cat-a-quarter toward a house that was just recently sold, by a former occupant, so former neighbors of the house. They just sold that house. So, I called the police.
Bobby, I got to interrupt you. This is so wild. First of all, it's clear as day they were shooting at your house, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. And it's clear as day. It's clear as day who the truck owner is. Clear as day.
Yes. Here's the kicker part, Marty.
Come on, man.
Here's the kicker part, right?
Come on, man.
I called the cops. The cops come out, we investigate, whatever. So, when I get off from work, I go right back to the police station. Sure. I tell them, I don't even feel comfortable going home. They say, well, if you think who is this person, that person, I think it's my ex-girlfriend. That's who I think it is. But, it's just still too much going on.
Right.
The only 2 people that I've ever had any issues with over the last 5 years was my ex-girlfriend from Cleveland and the guy that used to live in a house that was sold, in which this guy who was driving his truck who shot at my house was working at.
Oh.
He was gotten out the place and this and that. So I'm trying to put a connection together. And it's like, well, the older gentleman that lived in the house did know my ex-girlfriend too. So I'm thinking to myself, did they collaborate? The send me some warning shots or something? I don't know.
But hold on, Bobby.
But
you gave them
those
this
are my
tape.
2 suspects.
You gave them this tape, brother. You gave them a license plate number, did you not, sir?
Yes.
Why the hell?
Yes. And then they confirmed. Yeah, the detective confirmed that vehicle from their cameras that they pulled up the plate and that vehicle was in the area on Verona Road before it got to my house. So, and then the kicker part is, okay, I'm distraught, but I'm still trying to live my life, take care of my dogs, go to work every day. So, luckily enough, thank God, that particular Wednesday, we were having an outage at work where they didn't need me. So they said, just stay home. So I said, I'm going to make sure I get up and go straight to my elected officials, because my uncle is a political committee man and he's a constable. He said, you ever got a problem? Always get your elected officials involved, let them know. So that's what I was on my way to. So I wake up, walk to the living room, and guess what? That blue truck sitting right out there, right where it was parked at before, but not the same way.
Come on.
So I immediately called the police, right? And I'm on the phone with 911, and they said, okay, well, the police said you can come out now. It's safe for you to come out. So I come out the back of my house. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to expect. So the police were like, are you, you don't have any weapons with you or nothing with you. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I come out, and this fool might be in the back of my back lawn here, ready to come up and get me. I was like, I'm going to have something with me to protect me whether you guys are here or not, considering what just happened. So the police say, well, it's not the same guy. It's not, it's the same type of truck, but it's not the same guy. And I look over, and I see the guy.
What? I
see the guy from the video. I can recognize, same build, everything.
Come on.
And I said, okay, well, wow. Okay, well, they tell me to go back in the house. So, I listen to the police. I'm taking the high road with this, Marty, because, I saw this truck, and when I spoke to the neighbors in the area after the shooting, they said, well, yeah, we saw a blue truck that was parked in that same lot, but it was just parked the other way. That was working on a house, within the last, at least once or twice in the last 2 weeks. And I said, okay, well, it's got to be the same thing. It's definitely a unique color truck. And, this is not a coincidence. So, Marty, I took the high road, because I could have went over there and said, hey, and confronted it myself. And, that would have been ugly. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but I said, no, I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to contact the police and go about this the right way. And, I spoke later with the detective.
Wow.
That same day. Because, like I said, I tried to arrange everything on my day off.
Right.
He came out and he said, yes, that was the truck. He was like, the truck is registered in his wife's name. And he's like, I'm supposed to meet up and talk with him later on in the week. I said, okay, just be patient, play along with it. Just how it goes. I've seen some of the TV shows, cop TV shows, so that's how it goes. So I got back in touch with the detective on last Friday. He said, the guy said he was out with his wife or some woman around the time of the shooting in that same truck, but he said he did not fire any weapons out of his truck.
Who cares what the hell he said? You have his truck and his license plate and the damn gunfire.
Exactly. Buddy, I've seen people get arrested way before we had cameras. It was just he say, she say stuff. And even I don't know if you remember 30 years ago, there was a county cop that was shooting his firearm off out in the river. Because they were waterway cops. And the city cops arrested him, but they didn't even see it. But, they arrested him.
This is in Penn Hills about 2 weeks ago.
This is in Penn Hills. Yes.
Name the street again.
It's Ava Road.
Yep. You worried this guy could come back?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are you worried the guy could come back and really try to kill you?
I'm worried anything could happen.
Yeah.
It's been hard to sleep. I've been looking, trying to sleep at night. I'm looking at my iPad. I'm monitoring all my cameras to see what's going on and all this and that.
I'm with you.
So it's tough for me to get up and go to work.
I'm with you.
I love to work. I hate missing work.
I'm with you.
So it's been tough. So and then the thing of it is that when the cops came out on my day off, they didn't arrest him. They let him continue to work there.
Come on.
And then the next day, I went to work the next day. I'm looking at my cameras, and they show up again, but they show up in a different truck. Wow. And and I know it's the same guy because they parked in the same exact spot where it was where the police had him moved to before. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. You really, this guy. I mean, you need to bring him in and hold him in custody and get some.
I would hope
get
so.
some questions out of him. I don't. From looking at this guy, I don't think I personally know him. I think somebody put him up to this. It was either my ex-girlfriend or my neighbor, former neighbor, and my former neighbor doesn't like me because I refused to sell him a car that he wanted to buy off of me.
Hey, Bobby.
So he has this big grudge against me.
Hey, Bobby, did the detectives take the bullets from the wall?
No.
Oh.
No, they left it there.
That would be their job.
In my wall.
That would be their job to do
check
ballistics when they arrest someone.
Yeah.
I'm on it, Bobby. I'm on it, brother. I'm on it. This is obnoxious. Thanks, my man.
Yeah.
I'm on it,
man.
Yeah,
thank you. I appreciate it.
Lay low, brother. That's all I can say for now. Wow.
Yeah. I've been, going to different places here and there, but, it's kind of tough because I got 10 dogs. So where am I going to take them?
I'm saying. Bobby, we're on it, man. Thank you. Thanks for being honest.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I appreciate you having me.
Come on, Penhill. Step up. Damn. From the PJ Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, go ahead.
All right, we have a couple of accidents out there right now, Marty. One new to our roster, if you will, on the line between Aspinwall and the city of Pittsburgh. Accident on Freeport Road in the 800 block near Delafield Road. Accident still being cleared from downtown on Smithfield Street between Forbes and 5th Avenues. Getting into downtown, still a little bit slow for you if you're trying to use the Parkway East to do so. You're lining up right around Edgewood, Swissvale, ahead of the Squirrel Hill tunnels. The outbound commute using the Squirrel Hill tunnels, not fun. The delays begin for you there right at that Bates Street on-ramp before you make your way out to the Squirrel Hill Tunnels. 1.5 miles of backups awaiting you there, so please do plan for extra travel time. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/Gator XUV.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's Marty. Check this out, folks. We have a resource right here in Pittsburgh. Helps people through all things Medicare. They make it simple. Your best options, and they don't cost you anything, ever. This is what makes MediConnect the top-rated firm in our region for guidance with your health care. Your insurance company treats you like an actuarial number. MediConnect treats you like the priority. 888-818-6334. MediConnectInsurance.com. NASCO Roofing has done work on every one of my family's house. My sister, my brother, our house. They have done work on every single one of their homes and my home, and unbelievable work. Lifetime guarantee. Amazing work ethic. Amazing pricing. NASCO Roofing. NASCO. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
A fire, it can change everything in seconds, but Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh is ready 24/7 to help restore what matters most. From smoke damage to full rebuilds, their experts are trained, trusted, and ready to work with your insurance. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van and get back to normal faster.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Get Marty, brought to you by UPMC, life-changing medicine.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I ain't no cop. I don't play one on the radio. However, so Bobby's in his house. This truck parks in front of the house for like 7 minutes before they actually fire into his house. 7 minutes. They just sit there with the lights on. They leave. Bobby calls the cops. He has the truck. He has the video of the fire. You got to see the video. It's crazy. He has the license plate of the truck. Cops come. They don't close off the crime scene. They don't do anything in his house. Like, they don't take... There are bullets lodged in the wall in his house. They don't take the bullets. He provides them with the truck, the gunshots, the license plate, the story. They still don't come back and properly process the crime scene, as cops call it. So if they ever grab the guy and they find a gun and they say, this is the gun, how will they know that? Will it still be valid evidence? I don't know. 2 weeks later? So the guy's on the stand and they're trying to send him to jail, let's say, and his attorney says, so this incident happened when? And you went and got the bullets from the walls when? 2 weeks later. How do we know those bullets were the bullets fired that night? Huh? It makes absolutely no sense to me at all how Penn Hills police dropped the ball in this investigation. Is it manpower? Is it lack of will? Is it disinterest? Is it apathy? What the hell is it? If you see the video, folks, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And you'll understand why this man is so frustrated. He laid it out for them right in front of them, and they told him to go away. Meantime, I'd be sitting there wondering, what the hell's happening here? Are they coming back? Are they going to try and shoot me again? Were they trying to shoot me? Guy had a license plate. Guy had video. Wow. The suspect told the cops he was in the vehicle. Whoa. Why is he walking around? Why hasn't he been arrested? Why didn't they pull the bullets from the walls? Why didn't they further process the crime scene? Why? Penn Hills, historically, generally a pretty good police department. I have no idea the decision process now. I have no idea what they're doing. I certainly hope they use the evidence that they have to make an arrest in this case. And Bobby gets his justice before he gets hurt. This is dangerous stuff. Very dangerous.
The financial industry can be confusing. That's why our show, Expedition Retirement, has a new name. Join us for Fire Your Financial Advisor, Saturday night at 8 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-311-9595. That's 800-311-9595.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Voss TV and Appliance has a huge selection of big brand names and prices you'll love. Third-generation family business. Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team provides meaningful service that actually serves. They answer phones, show up on time, and truly care about their customers. It's old-school service that matters, and you won't find it anywhere else. Visit Voss's South Hills showroom today. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Love them. The lowest prices guaranteed.
Summer's in Pittsburgh, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Judy did. She called Rhino Shield.
After having the house painted with kind of usual house paint, I
was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating specifically formulated for our unique climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
And right now you can get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans to qualified customers.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield and recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 75 and partly cloudy at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. North Fayette volunteer firefighters saved a choking baby Monday afternoon. Deputy Chief Ian Richards noticed a vehicle in the parking lot of the firehouse on Steubenville Pike and saw a mother get out of the vehicle in a panic along with the infant. Richards, other firefighters, and EMTs at the station stopped the choking, and then the child was taken to a hospital for evaluation. A local healthcare system is reminding women about the importance of a yearly exam. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
Dr. Megan Clamoris, OBGYN with Independence Health Systems, emphasized the importance of regular gynecological exams for women's overall health and well-being on the Big K Morning Show.
There's so many preventable screening things, especially cervical cancer. We want to see you. Us, the gynecologists and the dentists, are probably the least favorite group when it comes to, I think, patients showing up. But please, we want to see you. Your genital health is very important to us, from adolescence all the way up to postmenopause.
Clamoris says seeing your OBGYN should equate to a regular checkup with your PCP for your heart and lungs. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A boil water advisory for Pan American water customers has been lifted in Cross Creek Township, Independence Township, Jefferson Township, and West Middletown Borough. Customers were notified on Saturday a water main break caused a loss of positive water pressure, resulting in the boil water advisory. In a statement this morning, Pan American Water says acceptable test results indicate the issue has been resolved. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 139 points at 44,035. The Nasdaq down 118 points. The S&P down 32. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Just talked to my boy JK, the king of Oakmont restaurants. The Lot. Have you tried it? Best breakfast you'll ever have. Carnivores. Unbelievable wings. The Pub. Woo! The hamburgers. And how about Hofstadt's? The Italian is magnificent. So you got The Lot, Carnivores, the Pub, Hofstadt's. Every single one, the highest quality, the best food. Check them all out in Oakmont.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. Now, who doesn't like a good party? Well, how about a Sips and Social Security happy hour? Sounds like fun, right? Well, Thursday, August 14th, you can join AARP Pennsylvania at Wiggle Whiskey for a little bit of food, a complimentary drink, and a ton of information about Social Security and exactly what AARP is doing to protect yours. Very simple process. Register at aarp.org/local and see you there.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up? What's up, Ellen?
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A heat advisory from noon today through 8 p.m. AccuWeather real field temperatures near 100 the next couple of afternoons. The rest of today will become partly sunny, hot and humid with a high of 90. Clear to partly cloudy and muggy tonight, though 73. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you're turning 65 this year, review your Medicare Part C options now. You need to know the difference between Advantage plans versus supplement plans. Contact locally owned and operated Need Part C today for a free consultation. That's Need Part C. Beat the annual enrollment rush. NeedPartC.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
All right, here we go. Inching through the week. It's a Tuesday. I got you covered 2 to 6 right here. KDKA, Colin Dunlap.
If your kids get in trouble, you discipline them, you move on. You hope they change their behavior, right? Right. If you hit a car, you get the car fixed, right? You get a speeding ticket, traffic ticket. Someone you love gets a DUI. You defend them, you clean them up. They don't drink anymore, you move on, right? It's family. Take care of it. You work on it. However, I'll tell you right now, at 9 o'clock this morning, about 8:45 as I'm heading out to work, I went into my son's room and that damn dog, and I mean that damn dog, if I had the choice, I would have got rid of the dog today for good. I wouldn't have hurt the dog. I would have, at the very least, grabbed that damn dog and stuck her face in the moisture-filled, yellow-stained carpet that we just had cleaned by Coit, I might add. Magnificent work. Where that damn dog urinated this morning, probably at 8:45, according to my crime scene investigation. So you say I didn't train the dog. Bull crap. So you say I didn't take the dog out. Bull crap. I'm going to tell you why. When I wake up, this morning was about 10 to 5. I go downstairs, I grab a coffee, I get the damn dog, and I take her out. She drags me down the driveway, and she did, with the broken foot and all. Finds her spot, which she did, and urinated for 13 seconds. I count. I'm an idiot. Kills the time. I brought her back in the house. Now, when I get home from work, sometime around between 3 and 4 o'clock, I take her out again. She rings the bell by the back door, which means I have to pee, big man. I take her out. She goes. Not this morning. That damn dog, and I don't mean that in the nicest way, that damn dog, I really would have given that dog away at 9 o'clock this morning and never missed a beat. Not one, just like my dad would have. Piece of idiotic. Trained, had been out already, and still decided to go upstairs and urinate on my son's freshly clean carpet. You know what I blame for this? First, my wife, because now it's her dog. Second, my son, for leaving the damn door open. Those are the rules. Third, Paul Anthony. My man.
Oh, buddy.
My man.
I got the police surrounding me right now. Did you call somebody?
The world's greatest dog trainer taught us to get that damn dog to ring the bell, which he does. Taught us to close the doors, which we do. Taught us to make sure we take the damn dog out, which we do. Yet the damn dog, hey, and by the way, Paul, on the same friggin' spot where she went about a month ago. What the hell's going on with that crazy damn dog? What?
Yep.
What do you mean,
so,
Come on, Professor.
Just what we do. We let our dogs out in the morning, and they pee. They might have to pee a couple times, especially females. So they may have to pee not just once, but a couple times. Then we let them back in. They're excited. Hey, they might drink some water. Might be a couple hours later. Then we got to let them back out again. It's like potty training a child, basically. But yeah, it's not fun. I will tell you that.
Well, hold on.
And
but we trained her. She didn't ring the damn bell. She just went the hell upstairs and urinated. Why are they doing that? When half the time, most of the time, she rings the bell. What is that?
It could be a lot of different things. It could be excitement in the house, running around. Oh, I forgot to go out there because mom or dad or my brother or sister brought me in too early. My bladder wasn't empty all the way. It could be a lot of things. Potty training is there's a fine line.
I'd get rid of her today.
I'll tell you what.
I have no problem with it. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, buddy. No, I don't want to see Christine throw you out either. I mean, I think
Boy,
the dog would come back.
I'll tell you what. You know what? My man's right. She loves that dog right now more than she loves her husband. Continue.
Yeah, it's usually like that. It's usually like that. But no, yeah, you just have to come up with a routine again to start it all over. Hey, if you let her out at 5:30, okay, she's going to get some water. She's going to drink. Somebody let her back out at 7:30, and then before you go to work, let her out again. That's what we have to do because dogs might get excited. They might start playing. Oh, they might have not heard me ring the bell, or I'm running around. My bladder's full. I'm going to go to the bathroom somewhere where I always went before. That's not uncommon.
So even though dogs that are trained, and for the most part listen to the training, they still revert to this ridiculous, idiotic behavior sometimes.
Yes, sometimes they do. Absolutely 100%. And that's where we have to be vigilant and say, oh, it's a little hot out. Rosie drank a little bit more water.
Oh, no,
we
man.
got to let her
this
back
isn't on
outside.
me, brother. No, this isn't on me. This is on that damn dog and her friggin' bladder. All right.
Yep.
Hey, do you ever think retrain her? Do you have to, or does she already know?
She knows, but you need to just start a routine again. You let her out in the mornings, 5:30. Let's do it again at 7.
No.
Let's do it before we go to
work.
work.
What do you mean at 7? An hour and a half later. Come on, man.
Yeah, because she drank some water. The bladder's getting full again. It's and in the morning they want to go back inside because they know everybody's starting to get up. There's activity there. Oh, yeah. It's a pain in the butt.
I love you, brother.
That's why my wife does all the potty training.
I see.
So, yep.
I love you, man. You're the best dog trainer in the world. Thanks, brother.
Love you too, buddy. Thanks.
I hate that dog. I just do. It's gross. It's disgusting. I hate that dog. It's just, I was so hacked off. Debbie's going to fix the problem. Go ahead, Debbie.
Hey, Marty, I just want to tell you real quick. I had that kind of trouble with my basset hound a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And the doctor treated her a couple times for a urinary tract infection.
Uh-oh.
And when it kept happening, then they finally used an ultrasound on her bladder, and she had all kinds of stones in her bladder. And once they removed them, the problem was solved. She might have a UTI.
Or, Debbie, she could just be stupid and decide to urinate on our carpet again.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Debbie, I love you. I love how much people care, because I don't. You know, you're headed to work. You got all your stuff. Everybody's happy. The dog is the dog. But she urinated on the carpet and it's white. If I was single and just a grumpy old guy, I'd have opened the door and never looked back. Bye, Rosie. Knock yourself out. Urinate wherever the hell you want. Someone else's house. I don't urinate on the carpet. From the PJ... Oh, really ready to snap. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, we have reports of an accident. This on Ohio River Boulevard, Route 65, just south of the McKees Rocks Bridge. Do watch for first responders headed to the scene there. Crews are still working with an accident on Freeport Road near Delafield Road. That's on the line between the city of Pittsburgh and Aspinwall. So heads up as you're traveling there. Getting some delays back on the Parkway West inbound, kind of stop and go now down the front side of Green Tree Hill. It had been receding, but it's heavy once again, making your way toward town. Outbound on the Parkway East, you're lining up between the Forbes Avenue off-ramp and the Bates Street on-ramp before the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Inbound still slow at Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Okay, listen up. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. There are no negatives to clothes fitting better. Being able to walk up the stairs not winded. Getting up off the floor easily. Decreased meds and off medications. Better hip and knee replacements. Greater self-worth and self-esteem, and absolutely feeling genuinely happy with who you are. That's exactly what we're going to do together. Call for making these changes become a reality. 1-800-900-THIN.
Have a big tree down in our backyard behind the deck, so it's not a big problem. But I'll tell you what, when you reach out to Greater Pitt Tree Service, it's never a problem. Carlos is the man, the best in the business. Let me say this: trained professionals, insured, bonded, best equipment, unbelievable work ethic. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE, the best in the business.
This report brought to you by American Cancer Society. The American Cancer Society is making strides against breast cancer by walking in celebration of courage and hope. Are you ready to join the largest, most impactful breast cancer movement in the country? Join today by signing up at makingstrideswalk.org.
Pirates baseball tomorrow on the station that invented baseball on the radio.
Hard to left field, going back is Pache. It's a cruise missile.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Drive to right center field, deep to the wall. Clear the deck.
The Bucks face the Giants at 11:40 with a North Shore Tavern leadoff show presented by Keystone Custom Apparel on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Wonderful woman named Beth sent me a message. She has cancer and she's battling that. She has had serious heart problems and breathing problems and she's battling that. and she hasn't had a furnace that worked in 2 years. The folks at 2D Mechanical heard that and said, that ain't happening. We're getting that fixed. It's what makes 2D Mechanical great. They will go to Beth's home and fix her furniture or replace her furnace. 2D Mechanical, 412-771-4100, 412-771-4100.
Over 65 and still on your employer's health insurance? Not sure what's best for you to do? Dina Schmidt and her team of professionals from One Health Benefits provide excellent advice on the best options for your needs. One Health Benefits has been providing people with customized health benefit choices for over 2 decades. You only know what you know, so let Dina and the One Health Benefits experts help you with what they know. Call One Health Benefits today, 724-799-8873. Learn more at onehealthbenefits.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Alongside its quarterly earnings call, autonomous vehicle firm Aurora Innovation announced that its driverless trucks now operate at night. The company became the first company to operate an autonomous semi with no person in the driver's seat on public roads earlier this year, although it resumed operating with an observer at the request of one of its OEMs. CEO Chris Urmson said in the earnings call yesterday that the 3 vehicles still operate completely autonomously. Night driving is a key milestone for the company, and a milestone that came much sooner than expected. The company previously aimed to drive at night sometime during the 4th quarter. Also, having its federal funding eliminated, WQED Multimedia announced it's laying off 19 employees. The positions eliminated were primarily in marketing, membership, and production departments. WQED said it's offering financial support to impacted employees, including severance and continued company-paid benefits through the end of the calendar year. Congress and the Trump administration cuts to public broadcasting included a direct loss of $1.8 million annually, and WQED noted that it's also preparing to absorb other new expenses. This includes music licenses that were previously paid for by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, as well as grants from other federal agencies that have been suspended. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I really have no problem getting rid of that dog. I just don't care that much about dogs urinating on the carpet 3.5 years in. I have a low tolerance level for that. I just had it clean. And I am not about, Rosie, do you have to go again, Rosie? Rosie, do you have to go again? That's what my wife does. It's gross. Makes me throw up in my own mouth. Oh, Rosie, shut up. Not to my wife, to the dog. I don't ever talk to my wife that way. However, Patrick, who works for his wife, he lets... Okay, I'm not going to tell the story. You tell the story about your dog and the urination thing.
Yeah, so I have 2 long-haired chihuahuas. My little girl, who's 8 years old.
What little girl? What do you mean?
My little fur child, Paloma.
It's not your baby. Not your little girl. It's a damn dog. See, folks? See the problem? Continue.
I understand it.
My little girl.
Normally, for the most part, she goes outside.
Looks like you. All right, go ahead.
For the most part, she does go outside. But, if she's unhappy, like she didn't get the right treat or, her brother got more attention. She will come in. She will pick a spot on the carpet, and she will stare at you while she pees on the rug.
That ain't happening. That dog is gone by damn dawn. That is so irritating.
Now, you ask my wife, I would be gone before the dog.
See? And therein lies the rub, America. We had a woman call this show who said, I'm having peanut butter, sorry. A woman called and said she sleeps with her dog, not the husband. She threw the husband out of the bed before she threw the dog out of the bed. He has a picture, excuse me, of Rosie up on the screen. I don't care how cute she is. I don't. Raz. Can you hear me? I'll get his opinion. So, Raz, can you hear me? Can you put your headset on real quick? I'm going to ask you a question. This is very important stuff. So our dog, Rosie, who's allegedly trained and who rings the bell when she's supposed to use the bathroom, I took her out this morning, and 2.5 hours later, she ran up to my son's room and peed on the carpet. I'm getting rid of her. Patrick lets his dog, he calls his girl, like it's his kid, which we know it isn't, go to the bathroom, stare at him, and lets her urinate in front of him when she's mad at him. What would you do as a dog owner, Raz? You have experience in this area.
Well, I can tell you that in the last year and a half or 2 years that I had Ginger,
right?
She had dementia. The dog advanced whatever the cognitive dementia or disorder, whatever they call it. And so she didn't know.
I recall.
Whether she was in or out, and so it wasn't unusual for me to find, a little piddle here and a little piddle there. I had to block off access to the carpeted area.
Oh.
And I made use of one of those Bissell floor cleaners almost every single day.
Oh.
But I got to tell you that, I had the same reaction you do. I mean, it was infuriated.
It is.
But then on the other hand, you understand that the dog doesn't understand. So
I guess it doesn't.
It's so hard.
It is, man. I just had the carpet cleaned, brother.
I get it.
Patrick's dog is not ill in any way. It comes back in the house and looks at him and says, I got your discipline for you right here, and goes to the bathroom right in front of him.
She's spiteful.
So she is spiteful. She would be in the kennel. Patrick said he would go before the dogs went. See, we got issues here. What has happened in America, not just with Patrick, is they have done insane studies on this. Raz knows this. Most people value their pets more than, in many cases, their children. Is that not true? It's shown up in research.
I mean, you can see that there are many people who are childless who prefer pets.
It's true. It's true. I, of course, have no say. The dog is now part of the family, and I just have to make sure I put a fence up and lock the doors and take the dog out. I'm over it. I'm moving on. But I found it very difficult to process this morning when I walk into my son's room and see a big yellow stain in the middle of the carpet we just had cleaned. I hope you understand. I'm happy.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit. For just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all three if you want. They're just $1. So you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in a combo while supplies last.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
ABC Transit is urgently hiring for CDL and van drivers. Current sign-on bonus for Class B with S&P endorsements is $2,500. Van drivers get a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Complete their CDL program and earn up to $1,000 in additional bonuses. Safety and attendance bonuses available. You must be able to pass all background and clearance checks. Must be drug-free. 9 locations in Allegheny, Beaver, and Butler counties. Apply in person. Call 724-831-8500.
Planning a vacation can be fun, but don't get taken by service fees and processing fees. SWAC Vacations lets you book direct. SWAC owns its own properties. The price you see is the price you pay. Michael Bartley here. My friend Jeff is the owner of SWAC, and you can trust you're going to get the best deal possible. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, or that massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone. Book direct. Save at SWACvacations.com. That's SWACK Vacations.com.
Want to avoid a big home repair headache? Call PJ Fitzpatrick to fix the small problems before they become big ones. PJ will come to your home with a complete shop on their truck, and they can fix it all same day. Poorly sealed windows, overflowing gutters, rotted trim, and leaking roofs. This is the time to call the home repair experts at PJ Fitzpatrick. No job too big or too small. Visit them at trustpj.com. With over 40 years of experience, they'll fix it right the first time. Visit trustpj.com and stay off the ladders.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 78 and mostly cloudy at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. New this hour, a clerk at a Lawrenceville gas station involved in a shooting on Saturday night is now facing criminal homicide charges. The Allegheny County District Attorney's Office has charged 22-year-old Randall Tate with homicide and aggravated assault. Investigators say Tate was working as a cashier at a A-Plus on Butler Street when an argument with two people escalated. They say Tate then pulled a gun and fired shots at them. One died after he'd been shot in the chest and back. The other was shot in the foot. Allegheny County Police are reporting gun violence late last night in McKees Rocks. Detectives say a man was shot in the leg a few minutes before 10 p.m. in the 900 block of Gray Street. The man was taken in stable condition to a hospital. After pleading guilty but mentally ill to third-degree murder charges, a man who killed a cousin and later pointed a gun at a pastor in a North Braddock church was sentenced on Monday. Here's News Radio KDKA's Paul Alexander.
A God they chose.
27-year-old Bernard Polite has been sentenced to up to 60 years in prison. He was charged with killing his cousin Derek in May of last year before heading to Jesus' Dwelling Place Church, where he tried to shoot Pastor Glenn Germany. The gun didn't fire, and Polite was wrestled to the ground by a deacon, and the entire incident was caught on live stream video. Polite apologized to the family at his sentencing hearing on Monday. Polite lives with schizophrenia and will continue to get treatment in prison. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
Police in McKeesport are asking for help in locating a missing woman. It's 40-year-old Tamisha Willis, who hasn't been seen for several weeks. Police say she has health issues, and it isn't known if she's taking her medication. Willis is described as 5'2" and 150 pounds. Anyone with information about her is asked to call McKeesport Police or 911. First responders in Pittsburgh and other local communities are participating tonight in the National Night Out celebration. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that story.
Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire Chief Dr. Darrell Jones tells Larry Richard the departments are part of the community and are neighborhood-based.
If you would look at any of our rigs, you'll see the name of the neighborhood on the side of the rig as well as the number of the rig. So our guys really take possession of the neighborhood. They take pride in it. And they contribute, and they are participants in the neighborhood.
Jones says the event encourages stronger connections between first responders and the people they protect and serve. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The Seneca Valley School Board previewed last night a $165 million project to connect two high school buildings and build a new performing arts center. The Cranberry Eagle reports the Seneca Valley Board approved receiving proposals for the project and holding a public hearing about it on September 8th. Construction could start in early 2026. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 95 points at 44,079. The Nasdaq is down 119, and the S&P is down 30 points. KDKA Sports, the Pirates will try to extend a 3-game home winning streak when they play the Giants tonight. Mike Burrows starts for the Bucks. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. It's 76 and cloudy in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks. The best breakfast, the best French toast I've ever had in my life. And that's a long life. The thick cut French toast, cinnamon bread, bananas, strawberries. Whoo! Oakmont Bakery. Unbelievable breakfast. Plus, the breakfast sandwiches are absolutely insanely good. Open 7 days, 6 a.m. Delicious.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
Time to go bananas at the Robindale Great American Banana Split Celebration, August 23rd and 24th in downtown Latrobe.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. Now, who doesn't like a good party? Well, how about a Sips and Social Security happy hour? Sounds like fun, right? Well, Thursday, August 14th, you can join AARP Pennsylvania at Wiggle Whiskey for a little bit of food, a complimentary drink, and a ton of information about Social Security and exactly what AARP is doing to protect yours. Very simple process. Register at aarp.org/local and see you there.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A heat advisory from noon today through 8 p.m. AccuWeather real field temperatures near 100 the next couple of afternoons. The rest of today will become partly sunny, hot and humid with a high of 90. Clear to partly cloudy and muggy tonight, though 73. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Lagina Drapery and Blind Factory, 60-plus years as the area's best and most trusted name for all types of custom window treatments. Family operated for 3 generations. Low factory direct prices. 412-665-4900 or go to laginadrapery.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
We get to do cool stuff. we get to do cool stuff because we have amazing companies that listen to us and care about people. And we have this really sweet couple that needed some work done. Actually, pretty expensive work. Jess, Bill.
Yes.
How are you, kids?
Good, how are you?
I love you too. You know that?
We love you too.
You're wonderful people. Tell our listeners where you live.
You. Darlington, Pennsylvania.
It's like Beaver County, right?
Yeah, Beaver County.
It's, by the way, gorgeous. Like, you guys are alone. I mean, it's really cool out there. Like, gorgeous, right?
Yes.
And
very pretty.
You have this gorgeous house, but you have this kind of serious problem with the chimney and some other stuff, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's getting ready to collapse.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And quite frankly, I don't have the cash. You don't have the cash. It was really expensive to fix, wasn't it?
Right. It was very expensive.
What were they telling you?
Anywhere from 10 to 20,000 were the quotes we were getting.
They're on the stream right now. Patrick's showing the video. They're wonderful people. They're a great couple. You just want to hang with them. They're so cool and kind. And they have a wonderful life in this great house on this beautiful piece of property in the country. Up steps this young man who you got to love because at the end of the day, he comes from a background in a family that does two things. Insanely good work, and they give a damn. Adam, good morning, my man.
What's up, Marty? How are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm well. How about yourself, buddy?
Adam Harris is with Harris Masonry. They are, and I get this from insiders, the best company, one of the best in the country, definitely the best in this region in masonry work. Tell us what kind of stuff you do, buddy, your family.
I'm third generation. We do predominantly commercial work, schools, hospitals, office buildings, municipal buildings, stuff like that. So
you fix all the brick and all the stuff that has the cracks and the issues with it, right?
Yeah, we do. We build the new stuff. We also restore the old stuff. With the restoring the older projects is really cool too, because you get to bring a older building and rejuvenate it and bring it back to life. I love the masonry industry. It's super gratifying because, at the end of the day, it's hard work, but you have something to show for all that hard work that you put in.
I'll tell you what, man, you get it, and your team gets it, and your family gets it. So we give him this project. This young man never, ever hesitated. And you took it on. Why, Adam? Why?
Well, when we talked out there, when Bill and Jess were having this issue and you reached out to me, I'm in a situation where I'm a third generation business owner. My grandfather, my uncle, my dad, they all started the company. And I have an obligation to give back. I've been given a great opportunity, and I feel there's an obligation to help people out with the opportunity that I've been given. Because, without my last name, I might have not been in the situation I'm at right now, and I might be on the other end of it wishing somebody would help me out. So, I feel like it's the least I can do is pass it forward or pay it forward and give it to people who need help.
Adam Harris with Harris Masonry, they did amazing work. The pictures are amazing, my man. What did your guys do there? It's really turned out incredible. What did you do?
So we tore it all down. So actually it looks like maybe before Bill and Jess even bought the house that somebody had repaired the chimney previously because there was two different colors of brick, which Bill and Jess are up in Darlington, PA, and up in Darlington there used to be Darlington brick. And it looked like the original first 2/3 of the chimney were made of Darlington brick, and then something happened over the years. And it looked like somebody had rebuilt it previously, and it wasn't attached properly. So we tore the chimney down to the point where it was structurally sound, and rebuilt it and made sure that we tied it back to the structure on the house so that it won't happen again. Reflashed it so they won't have any water infiltration. The only thing we got left to do is there's some holes in the existing brick that we're going to repoint with new mortar so that they don't have any other water infiltration. Then we're going to put a stainless steel cap on top of the new chimney so that no birds, insects, or anything else like that find their way down the chimney. And then last and not least, we're going to stain the new brick because those brick being so old, we couldn't find an exact match. So we're going to go out there and stain those brick to make them look like the existing ones, so it won't stand out as much.
Not to embarrass you, man, but that's at least a $20,000 job, and you did it because you care, because you were taught to care, and now you live it. It's in your DNA. I love the experience. I love the thoughtfulness. I love the fact that you get it. And I'm so grateful I met you, man. And hey, Bill and Jess, you have something to say to my man?
We just want to thank him and his company very, very much for all the work that they've done. It would not have ever been possible without them. We just want to send our thanks and gratitude.
I love it. Is Bill there?
Yes.
Put him on.
You want
please.
to speak with him?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Hello?
My man, they did a hell of a job, didn't they?
Yeah, they're just about finished up. They had to get a cap for the top of it, and it was an odd size, so they had to really search for one, and they found one, and they're finishing up probably today or tomorrow.
I tell you what, my man, I love you both. You're a wonderful couple. I'm so glad you reached out. And I tell you what,
Thank you.
It reinforces your belief in people, does it not?
Yes, it does. Yes, it certainly does.
It's
and all the guys have been fantastic.
Well, they get it. Adam, you're my man. Thanks, brother. You're the best.
Appreciate it, Bill and Jess. I'm glad I could help out.
It's amazing what people do.
All right.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you. Talk to you again. Love you guys. That's amazing. That's what we're about here. Folks, $20,000 job. Could have been more. And you know what Adam said? Nah. They're not paying a nickel. And that all came from Steve Massaro Construction, who has done 100 things for us. Another insanely kind family man who gives a damn. They're all over this town, and I love making a difference. And Jess and Bill, they're a wonderful couple. Beautiful couple. We're glad we could do it.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Crash Gladys from Speed Freaks. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use limited time promo code SUMMER and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code SUMMER to redeem your 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SUMMER. Yeah, at first I thought it was too good to be true, but it's completely legit. Plus, you can cash out anytime. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now by using limited time promo code SUMMER. That's promo code SUMMER for a limited time 25 cents per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
When my parents passed, we put their entire estate in the hands of Julian Gray, who's the best elder law attorney in America. I am not exaggerating. The best in the country. Saved us time, calmed us down, saved us thousands of dollars. GrayElderLaw.com. And as life goes, guess what they're doing now? Our estate. What happens if I die? What happens if I go into long-term care? What happens to our investments? What happens to our kids? What do we do with their trusts? Who do we trust? Julian Gray. GrayElderLaw.com. They sit you down. They talk to you. They do all the research. All the planning. GrayElderLaw.com. 412-458-6000. 412-458-6000.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, with Medicare, this is important stuff, and there's never one size fits all. That's the beauty of MediConnect. That's why I love the company. The folks at MediConnect, they'll sit down with you in your home or in the office, anywhere you wish, to answer Medicare questions and compare plans with your current situation. There is never, ever a fee for their services. And they got 70 different plans. Medicare made simple. MediConnect, 888-818-6334.
Do you have experience working on Class 8 heavy-duty trucks? Consider a career with PGT Trucking Maintenance. PGT is now hiring experienced diesel fuel mechanics in Midland and Blairsville, PA. Support the fleet by helping to maintain PGT's late-model equipment, including International and Peterbilt tractors. Technicians should be able to complete a preventative maintenance inspection. Experience in the trucking industry is preferred. Call 1-800-TEAM-PGT or apply online at pgttrucking.com/work.
CBS Eye on Veterans from connectingvets.com. Navy veteran Matt Thompson founded a heating and air conditioning company using the skills he learned in the military. But it was his interest in social media that took his business to a whole new level.
So I watch these guys on YouTube, and I learn from all of them. They're all hilarious. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start doing it too. I'm just going to start making videos. But I started making videos of me making moonshine, cooking, fishing, whatever. And then I started integrating my work in with it, with customers. Some of it's, technical, educational, and some of it's funny. And hey, I get customers from that. So now, not only am I getting customers from the social media is paying me monthly.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit Progressive.com today.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Sorry. Ain't working. That's the way you do it. Mine ain't nothing that checks for free. I'm trying to get... If you're looking on the stream right now, I'm texting. I'm trying to get the LG man to call us. The repairman from LG. There's a repair guy that when he finally gets to your house, because I think he's the only one in the world. LG has one repairman, I think, and he covers the whole world, like he's headed to, Lithuania, I see. This company. The repair guy they do have is fantastic, magnificent, insanely good at his job. He just good. And he fixed our refrigerator. He did an amazing job. As it turns out, it was crap from the start. Not his words, my words. It had bad rails on the doors, the freezer doors, so the freezer door didn't freeze up completely. So what happens is it froze up, locked up, and finally we couldn't get in. It's actually fascinating how the world spins. So you have a horrible company. The words of the repairmen in this industry call it life's garbage. Their words, not mine. We did, I don't know, at least 2 hours of radio on it. I had 10 interviews. We had phone calls for a week. This is actually the power of social media. So they're a Korean? Are they Korean? It's a Korean company. They didn't give a damn when I said on the radio. This is actually fascinating, the power of social media. So I bring a repair guy over there who's amazing. Amazing. My man Ted from Steel City Appliance Repair. He's the guru. My man Ted comes in and fixes the junk that they sold us, and he calls it on a streaming video on Facebook that reached a couple 100,000 people at this point. Well, that stepped on their toes. That social media video reached the home country and irritated the hell out of the big shots. They finally got off their you-know-whats and fixed their crap product. I'm being serious about this. They said nothing. We took at least 50 phone calls. We did it for a week. And man, that company has some issues. Major issues. Had my repair guy, the guru Brian, on several times. Ted from Steel City Appliance had him on. The guy from LG is not allowed to comment, who is a fantastically talented repairman and is not allowed to come on the air. One of the big shots from LG called the folks at Voss, who I love, they're like family to me, and they said, we got Martied, M-A-R-T-I-E-D. If Martied means exposed, yeah. If Martied means someone called BS, yeah. If Martied means someone got you to do your damn job, yes. If Martied means you have crap appliances and the class action lawsuits prove that, yes. Yes. We're 11 days in or 12. I don't know. They replaced the rails that were faulty. The guy did an amazing job. He just left our house. And he's an amazing repairman. You know why they couldn't get to us? This is a true story. Why he couldn't get to us for more than a week? It kind of proves my concept that he's the only one. He was on vacation. Seems to me, because you know there are thousands of these appliances out there. Seems to me if you're fronting as a multi-billion-dollar high-tech appliance company, seems to me that if you have thousands of people relying on you to fix their crap, life's garbage, seems to me that you would want to have more than one repairman. Seems to me. Just saying. But they have one repairman who's a badass. I'll tell you that. My man gets it. Go ahead, Pam.
Hey, Marty, I talked to you yesterday. Yep. I was headed out to buy a new refrigerator for my garage, so I went and saw your folks over at Voss, told them I was getting rid of a 30-year-old refrigerator, and they said, well, you know this next one's not going to last that long. I said, yes, sir.
What did you buy?
I ended up buying a GE Garage Ready because GE and Frigidaire make a model that somehow the compressor and so forth are a little bit more protected for an unheated or, you know, but that's as fancy as I got. I don't hook up an ice maker. I don't want any computers. I don't want any of that stuff. And I looked at the GE and the Frigidaire, and the GE just seemed to run circles around it. So I said,
it's made in the States, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I was told
I
that.
think
That
so.
makes a difference, too.
Yeah. And I told him first thing, no, don't show me an LG. I've been listening to Marty the last 10 days.
Life's garbage, sister.
So,
life's garbage.
It is. So I told you yesterday I'm headed to Cape May the end of the week, and I'm just looking forward to it. I know you do.
Food there. It's so romantic, those Victorian homes.
Oh, absolutely. We have a dinner reservation for every night, a theater reservation. We're having drinks at the Lobster House.
Good for you. What's that seafood place? What's the Is it called Lobster House?
The Lobster House.
Oh,
and then they have a schooner that you can have lunch or drinks on. So we're meeting friends there.
You eat. Yeah, I've been there. Pam, you're the best. Thank you.
I'll have one for you.
All right,
Thank
sister.
you. Bye.
I love the Lobster House. I love that place. I love Cape May. I love when you go on vacation and your wife says, we could live here. Could we, dear? Could we really? Okay.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I
I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Hey, folks, Marty here. When you need work done in your home, the biggest investment in your life, who can you trust to deliver both quality and value? Come on. Call the cousins, Sam, Steve, and Calvin, the 3 cousins of CNS Cousins Construction. Experts. Top of your house to decking and siding. Their expert technicians will treat you like family. If you're looking for a total replacement or even a small repair, call the cousins at CNS Cousins Construction. 989 Cousins, a local company you can trust. 989 Cousins, the best.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny and 83 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. A Menneson couple is accused of severely abusing a 5-year-old boy. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has details.
Charles Smitley and Colleen Cassidy were arrested after a relative who took custody of the boy noticed he looked emaciated and was covered in bruises. The child was taken to an emergency room where the boy told healthcare workers he was hit with a paddle, tied to a chair, went days without eating, and was forced to sleep on a basement bathroom floor without blankets or pillows. Smitley and Cassidy are in the Westmoreland County Prison, each facing charges of endangering the welfare of children, unlawful restraint, and simple assault. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
A boil water advisory for Penn American Water customers has been lifted in Cross Creek Township, Independence Township, Jefferson Township, and West Middletown Borough. Customers were notified on Saturday a water main break caused a loss of positive water pressure, resulting in the boil water advisory. In a statement, Penn American Water says acceptable test results indicate the issue has been resolved. 3 Pennsylvania amusement and water parks are listed in a new ranking of the best in the U.S. News. KDKA Radio's Tamara Rush has more.
Knoebel, Splash Lagoon, and Hershey Park all landed inside the new ranking of the top 20 parks, which were compiled and ranked by TripAdvisor as part of the agency's Choice Awards Best of the Best. The rankings are awarded to places that receive a high volume of above and beyond reviews and opinions from the TripAdvisor community over a 12-month period. Hershey Park, which is located outside Harrisburg, landed in the number 18 spot on the list. Splash Lagoon Indoor Water Park Resort ranked 15th, and Knoebel's Amusement Resort, which is located in Central Pennsylvania, was ranked number 3. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 28 points, the Nasdaq down 71, the S&P 500 down 17. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out. Hey, folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third-generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hills Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOS. The best prices guaranteed.
Larry Richard with Andy Amrine from EV True Value Hardware Store. Andy, we talked about Harmony Organic Insect Control for inside the home, but it's great in the garden.
Absolutely. An organic insect control that you can use on all your vegetables, flowers, plants. Amazing for controlling any of those fleas, ticks, ants, anything you want to keep out of your vegetables.
Non-toxic, too. Take advantage. Go to harmonyoic.com, available at participating True Value Hardware stores.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Okay, I have a big and different question for you to answer. How would you feel if others called you the biggest loser that they knew and they meant it as a compliment? Yes, a compliment. Why is being the biggest loser a good thing? Because 10, 20, 40, 60, 100 pounds are off your body. You're moving better, looking better, doing things that you haven't been able to do for a long time. I'm Dr. Shufo at the Weight Loss and Wellness Center, and that's exactly what we can make you. The biggest loser. We'll eliminate why you can't and only why you can. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Just talked to my boy, JK, the king of Oakmont restaurants. The Lot. Have you tried it? Best breakfast you'll ever have. Carnivores. Unbelievable wings. The Pub. Woo! The hamburgers. And how about Hofstadts? The Italian is magnificent. So you got the Lot, Carnivores, the Pub, Hofstadts. Every single one, the highest quality, the best food. Check them all out in Oakmont.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A mix of sun and clouds for the rest of today. Trending sunnier as the afternoon wears on. It'll be hot and humid with a high of 90 and AccuWeather real field temperatures over 100. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, warm and sticky, though 73. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Injured? This is attorney Ed Shenderovich of Shenderovich and Fishman. Our fee is only 25%, and we guarantee we'll win your case or you pay nothing. So call us at 888-98-TWINS. We've got your back, not your wallet.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Wow. I got this ditty from one of my boys. The kind of, for those who like to beat up Rich Chipka, my man from the South Side, the mayor, unofficial, for telling the truth. He's right again. So, I just posted this on social media. It's crazy, man. 3 properties? Is it 3? Let me make sure I get this. This is all coming in at once, so there's a bunch of property for sale over there. Majorca, we used to go there all the time. It's closed. Was a pretty damn good restaurant for a long time. Majorca and 2 other properties connected to it sold at sheriff's auction. Looks like yesterday for $650,000. Wow. Whoa. So that's bad. 3 properties, $650,000. That is bad. Rich Shupko, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good, Marty.
That's bad, isn't it?
It's terrible. Terrible. I mean, 6-7 years ago, that went for at least $1.2, $1.3 million.
At least double.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe more.
Yep.
And it went at sheriff's sale, which means they couldn't find a buyer.
Exactly. That's the highest bidder was $650.
Wow. What's the message that sends?
Oh, the message is that what we've been talking about for 6 years is the Democratic Socialist policies of the mayor's office under Peduto and Gainey, letting crime run rampant over here in Southside with shootings, chaos, lawlessness every weekend.
It's a disaster, honestly.
Yep.
Wow. So, what the hell happened to Majorca? It was there forever, right?
Yeah, there was a sale prior to COVID, and they put like $750,000 into the building, and then they closed down because of COVID, and they couldn't recover.
Wow.
And no one else wanted to go into there because of all the problems.
Wow. This sends a message, doesn't it?
Yes. Well, there's a silver lining, Marty. Everybody in Pittsburgh can appeal their property taxes up till September 2nd. And unfortunately, the suburbanites of Allegheny County are going to have to pick up the slack for the devaluation of the city of Pittsburgh's properties.
Well, he's right, though. We just reported that downtown since January dropped about $400 million.
Yep.
And this just kind of continues that process to the south side. So I would imagine that anyone that owns anything over there knows that their stuff isn't worth jack now, right?
Exactly. I mean, we have 35% vacancies over on East Carson Street right now. And, when Riccardi was in office, we had 5% or less.
Listen to this note, and I get a lot of this stuff, and you know this, and you take this heat for this, but I love the fact that you tell the truth. Richie's a good guy, but what did he expect? He's been publicly stigmatizing the community incessantly for the past few years. Did he expect chasing away business to increase property values? No. You told the damn truth.
Yeah, exactly. All I did was tell him exactly what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, what were we supposed to do? Ignore it? And I'm just as guilty, too, then, for these drop in prices.
I don't know where they get the distorted logic at. You go to these meetings, and they never want to talk about the actual things that are happening on East Carson Street, with the violence, crimes, and shootings. And I invite all these people at the organizations, Southside Chamber of Commerce, the Southside Community Council, and I also invited Beth Pittenger from the Pittsburgh Police Review Board. And she, she's been on vacation for a couple of weeks, and she hasn't got back to me yet. But it appears that no one wants to come over and see the reality of what happens on the weekends.
So by this logic, let's ignore all the drug users downtown. Let's ignore the homeless problem. Let's ignore there's no money for roads. Let's ignore the schools are horrible. Let's ignore all this stuff and just say Pittsburgh is ours. It's wonderful. We're all happy. Is that the plan?
That's their idea. Their idea of making Southside better is beautifying dumpsters, painting dumpsters on East Carson Street, and having eating out of dog bowls, for a promotion instead of doing what is necessary, which is public safety.
Yeah, that councilman over there, is it Charlin?
Yeah.
He said the same thing. He said, we're part of the problem because we keep talking about it. Bull crap. Bull crap. The house is burning, man. Put it out. Put out the damn fire.
3 weeks ago, he was on your show, right? Yep. Talking about he's going to do this, this, and this. And nothing has happened yet.
Nothing.
Zero.
Nothing. To that end, they keep talking about shutting the street down and checking teens' IDs. Not happening again this weekend, is it?
The city doesn't have the money to do that, Marty. We don't have the money for police cars, for the police, for plumbers to turn on water fines, for ambulances. We don't have money for anything except, we have $2 million more for bureaucrats in the mayor's office. We got plastic bag inspectors chasing people around, and for the things that are necessary, there's no money for it.
So what I was told, they have to bring in a private company and pay them like $60,000 to check IDs. Is that fair? Is that true?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And they don't have that money.
No, and that's $60,000 a weekend.
Wow.
Because you got streets from 10th to 18th, and then you got all the side streets, all the way up and down.
So obviously the cops can't do it, right?
Right. Well, the simple solution, and they refuse to do it, is let the police do their jobs, and this stuff will end in a weekend.
Hell yeah.
Because the way we're going now is we are putting the police at jeopardy, in peril, because the city will not let the police do their jobs.
Wow. A property that would have sold for $1.5 million sold for $650,000.
Yep, and then now that goes right to the tax rolls for the city and the Pittsburgh Public Schools.
Wow.
You got half the value for that property.
Thus half the tax money.
Right. Pittsburgh Public Schools, they're the only entity in the country where you have 7,000 less students, and your budget increases.
Rich Shupka, Truth to Power. Thanks, brother.
Okay, Marty, thank you.
Wow, that's disheartening. Wow, crazy.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
All right, here we go. Inching through the week. It's a Tuesday. I got you covered 2 to 6 right here. KDKA, Colin Dunlap.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy chicken biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all 3 if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in the combo while supplies last.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. Now, who doesn't like a good party? Well, how about a Sips and Social Security happy hour? Sounds like fun, right? Well, Thursday, August 14th, you can join AARP Pennsylvania at Wiggle Whiskey for a little bit of food, a complimentary drink, and a ton of information about Social Security and exactly what AARP is doing to protect yours. Very simple process. Register at aarp.org/local and see you there.
Have a big tree down in our backyard behind the deck. So it's not a big problem. But I'll tell you what, when you reach out to Greater Pitt Tree Service, it's never a problem. Carlos is the man, the best in the business. Let me say this. Trained professionals, insured, bonded, best equipment, unbelievable work ethic. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE, the best in the business.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com.
It's now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Don't let summer slip away. Your last-minute summer adventure at Deep Creek Lake is here. Upgrade your getaway to a luxury SWAC Vacations Lodge with its own private indoor pool, a hidden speakeasy, even a private lazy river. Book any 3-night stay before Labor Day, get $500 off. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, a massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone, and many more great destinations. Visit swacvacations.com, use code LAKE500, claim your $500 discount.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. According to U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data, the price of beef is at its highest in a decade. Average ground beef prices surpass $6 a pound, and uncooked beef steaks approach $11.50 per pound. Due to years of drought in cattle-producing areas, pastures haven't been producing enough grass to feed cattle, leading ranchers to send their animals to the slaughterhouse earlier, which has cut back herds despite Americans eating more beef. The U.S. trade deficit narrowed in June to the tightest level since September 2023 as companies scaled back on imports after a massive surge earlier in the year. According to Commerce Department data, the goods and services trade gap shrank 16% from the prior month to a little over $60 billion. Claire's stores could be close to a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing. Sources say the jewelry and accessories chain has missed rent payments on some stores for the past 2 months. Claire's has been recently exploring restructuring options or even a possible sale due to weakened cash flow and a heavy debt burden. Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Wow. Bad. Well, bad. So, excuse my chewing. We have limited time and breaks, so we have to eat when we can. So, sorry. Big deal tomorrow. So, a couple months ago, I set up a meeting between Mark Cuban and the folks at Giant Eagle, Bill Artman, who's the chairman and CEO and a friend. And I've known Cuban for, 30 years, I think, at least. Anyway, and interviewed him 1,000 times, seen him, blah, 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 who cares? But he's a player, and he has a company, Cost Plus drug company. Anyone? Cost Plus, anyone? Kind of, I'm trying to describe it to my son last night, Patrick. In essence, what Cuban does is they go out and what Mark would say is they cut out the middleman, in essence. And his pitch is, and it's actually pretty productive, and we've kind of shown that, we've had him on here about that, is that they provide access to drug prices, and they negotiate with the drug companies. And they tell you exactly what things cost, and it has saved a lot of money. It hasn't exploded, Patrick, the way we thought, right? When you say that, it hasn't exploded.
It hasn't exploded, but there's a lot of competition out there, too, because Amazon started their own pharmacy business.
So regardless, so Cuban has all this clout, and by the way, they are getting deals out there that are stupendous for folks buying these drugs. And so when I was asked if I could make a connection between the two men, why the hell wouldn't I? Because at the end of the day, it helps thousands of folks here in the region in purchasing drugs. And so Cuban is going to announce this deal tomorrow with Bill Ortman, and we will talk to both of them live. I like them both a lot, as if that matters, my opinion, but because they're regular guys. Like when I asked Mark if he'd do the interviews, he'd say, "Yup, YUP." In other words, he's a regular guy with a big brain, has had insane success. And you could say he's chasing money, okay, but he's worth, what, $8 billion? So it's not as if Mark needs the money. He's trying to make a difference, actually. He's trying to change the drug market. And pharmacy prescriptions have become a tremendous aspect of Giant Eagle's business, as we've discussed, with them taking on a significant number of new customers from Rite Aid, okay? They have been great to us, and my intention in setting this up was that something would happen that would help consumers. What's in it for me? Goodwill toward consumers. Giant Eagle customers, I think people are going to get cards, I think. You have direct access to cheaper drugs, and you'll know exactly what they cost. And it's wonderful as far as I'm concerned, because all we ever hear about is what drugs cost. If you go, Patrick has it up now, it tells you exactly, it's got a picture of Mark on his site, Cost Plus Drugs, and it tells you exactly how it works. I don't know if he's in town now, but I know he's here for a couple days. He has family here. I know his brother's here. He grew up within a mile of us in Mount Lebanon. And usually when he comes back here, he hangs with his boys. And he's done a hell of a thing in this with his career, but he always likes to make a difference in Pittsburgh. He is not buying the Pirates. I'm not asking him about the damn Pirates. They are not for sale. Every time I see him, the first thing he says is, "I'm not buying the Pirates. They're not for sale." Too bad. He knows what he's doing. He's a hell of a businessman. And this is tomorrow. We'll talk to both of them live. Mark Cuban and Bill Ortman, who has been a magnificent friend and gets it. Started as a bagger, man, and knows that business and really takes care of his people. Big time.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
ABC Transit is urgently hiring for CDL and van drivers. Current sign-on bonus for Class B with S&P endorsements is $2,500. Van drivers get a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Complete their CDL program and earn up to $1,000 in additional bonuses. Safety and attendance bonuses available. You must be able to pass all background and clearance checks, must be drug-free. 9 locations in Allegheny, Beaver, and Butler counties. Apply in person. Call 724-831-8500.
Did you hear?
A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-969-0686 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-969-0686. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-969-0686 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-969-0686.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny and 84 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. A Medicine couple is accused of severely abusing a 5-year-old boy. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has details.
Charles Smitley and Colleen Cassidy were arrested after a relative who took custody of the boy noticed he looked emaciated and was covered in bruises. The child was taken to an emergency room where the boy told healthcare workers he was hit with a paddle, tied to a chair, went days without eating, and was forced to sleep on a basement bathroom floor without blankets or pillows. Smitley and Cassidy are in the Westmoreland County Prison, each facing charges of endangering the welfare of children, unlawful restraint, and simple assault. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio, KDKA.
The clerk at a Lawrenceville gas station involved in a shooting on Saturday night is now facing criminal homicide charges. The Allegheny County District Attorney's Office has charged 22-year-old Randall Tate with homicide and aggravated assault. Investigators say Tate was working as a cashier at the A-Plus on Butler Street when an argument with two people escalated. They say Tate then pulled a gun and shot the two. One died after he'd been shot in the chest and back. The other was shot in the foot. First responders in Pittsburgh and local communities will participate in National Night Out celebration. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has the details.
Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire Chief Dr. Darrell Jones tells Larry Richard the department takes pride in participating in the celebration, which is usually a great time.
So for tonight, National Night Out, they'll be celebrating and making connections and building relationships with the community.
The National Night Out campaign launched in Philadelphia in 1984. The movement has spread throughout the country, and southwestern Pennsylvania is no exception. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A state lawmaker wants to make sure roughly 300,000 Pennsylvanians eligible for Medicaid are kept up to date on the impact of federal funding cuts. News Radio KDK's David Bolorado has that story.
Democratic State Representative Dan Frankel says a cut in funding means community organizations will need to step in and help provide key information to help people who are eligible for Medicaid. So he wants the Department of Human Services to proactively reach out to them, to develop easy-to-understand materials for applicants, to provide grants to help, and to streamline access to the Medicaid system for those organizations.
We know that beginning in January of 2027, and maybe even earlier, that these cuts will hit, and that many people who currently have health care under Medicaid may be losing their access to that coverage.
Frankel is currently gathering co-sponsors for his bill before it's introduced. David Bolorado, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 9 points. The Nasdaq down 102. The S&P 500 down 20. KDK Sports, Pirates and Giants tonight again at PNC Park. First pitch set for 6:40. Steelers back at it at St. Vincent in Latrobe. They will play their first preseason game on Saturday. They'll be in Jacksonville. They'll kick it off at 7 o'clock. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03. Learn how the Inflation Reduction Act impacts your Medicare plan. Get help on selecting the best options for you. Call One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873. It's partly sunny and 84 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Kimberly Allen here with Corrigan Moving Systems. Planning to move your office or business? Trust Corrigan Moving Systems, formerly Parks Moving and Storage, Pittsburgh's leader in workplace solutions. From office relocations to decommissioning, warehousing, and inventory management. Corrigan makes moving seamless so your office can be back up and running without skipping a beat. For a free quote, go to CorriganMoving.com or give us a call at 724-237-4578.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Partly to mostly sunny, hot and humid for the rest of our Tuesday with a high of 90 and AccuWeather real field temperatures topping 100. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, warm and humid, low 73. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
For all station contest rules, go to kdkaradio.com/rules.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I put a post on social this morning. Are you better off or worse off than you were a year ago? Not a political statement, just asking. It's mixed. Some people say they are because their 401k is way up, which, by the way, is true. By the way. Another guy says, have you seen your utility bill? Ours was almost $1,000. Never even got close to that before, ever. People are paying more. Folks aren't getting raises. Folks aren't getting raises. And they're hurting. So, in fact, the Wall Street Journal did an astounding piece today. Nearly half of kids in the U.S. live in households below the middle class as inflation and the end of COVID relief hit working parents. A $2.90 raise that cuts government benefits. This is the Wall Street Journal. Their big investigative piece today. Earning more but in worse shape. Hardship overwhelms many American families. I had to grab one of my closest friends, Pastor James Hogan, who lives in the heart of it and sometimes feels as if he's in the heart of darkness, considering the economic situation you sometimes see in the rocks. I had to reach out to you because you live this, my man. What's the take? Are folks better off or worse off right now?
It really depends on where you fall along the spectrum here in the rocks. Believe it or not, the perpetually poor are doing better, but the working class folks are struggling more.
Wow!
Because the folks that are trying to earn their way out of the rocks, trying to get ahead, trying to buy a house. The way interest rates are right now, the cost of housing, even though I guess it started to come down some now, it was so high to start. that most of them can't get out. The nice thing about dealing with so many people who are in generational poverty is they've got the system figured out. They know where to get help with utility bills and the rent paid and where to get food and where to get clothing and all that kind of stuff. It's the people that are working that don't have access to those things.
Wow, I love this observation. So this article nails it. The middle class is getting jacked because even if they got a $2.90 raise, inflation gone, right?
Yeah, it's tough. And where we live, we have, I think, the second highest gas prices in the country, and that affects everything. Like, there's nothing that you can buy that isn't impacted by the amount that we have to pay to get fuel for our vehicles, because every truck driver has to fill their truck to get that stuff to us. And so we kind of get a double whammy. We have to pay more to fuel our cars, but we have to pay more for everybody else to fuel the trucks to get us the stuff that we need.
Hey, Pastor James Hogan, in your congregation, what's the take of the congregants, the folks who worship and pray with you? Where do they stand in terms of how they're doing?
Most of the folks are doing okay. They've kind of over time learned to rally around each other and encourage one another. They share opportunities with each other. If somebody knows of a better job for somebody, they'll come and say, hey, I know you did this before and this place is looking and they're paying this much. So being in a network of people that has access to information is really beneficial. It's more the isolated folks that suffer from not being able to find stuff, because the internet was very useful when it first came up, and now when you look for something, how do you choose between 3,000 fraudulent things and the 6 that might be actual good choices?
Pastor James Hogan, Faith Bridge Community Church. Here's what I see. And I have a bunch of friends that are rich and a bunch of friends that are poor, and it's been a hell of a journey as a result. What I see is regular folks, my man, cannot buy a house. No friggin' way. Most regular folks cannot afford any sort of car. No way. No how. And right now, most regular folks are freaking out over their bills. Gas, electric, food, insurance. Is that a fair assessment, sir?
Yeah, I think so. I think especially the folks that are looking to get to the next step in life, they don't know what that is.
Right.
Because if you're trying to get out of the rocks, last night, this morning I wake up and there's a shooting a block from my house. There's a carjacking, and in Stowe here where the church is, and people to the next town over is Kennedy Township. And you look at a simple house there, and they're asking $350,000 for it, and you can't sell a $75,000 house in the rocks and get into a $350,000 house.
How do you keep them together? How do you keep them positive? Both your family and the folks in your congregation, sir, based on what you just said.
I think that the biggest thing for us is that we remind people that this isn't home. This isn't supposed to be an easy journey here. When you're in Christ, you're a citizen of heaven, and this is just a temporary state for us. And so we try to focus on do it right, do it well, and do it with purpose. And hopefully, even if you can't achieve everything materially that you want to achieve, if you're pleasing God and you're chasing the things that you believe He wants you to chase, you're doing well.
Pastor James Hogan, you also believe in the positive. In essence, gathering everybody together, having a block party to celebrate what they do have. Correct, sir?
Oh, yeah. I'm at the church right now. We got a big block party this Thursday at 4 o'clock from 4 to 8. And I've been running around like a chicken without a head getting Ernie donated a bunch of sausage for us, which is awesome. And we just picked up 400 burgers and 400 hot dogs, and we got a lot going on. So, yeah, anybody who wants to come by is welcome. It's right across the street from Stowe Rocks High School, Thursday at 4 o'clock.
So you work to keep people faithful, sir, and positive, do you not? Is it tougher than you thought?
It's always tough.
Yeah.
Society is different.
Yeah.
Engaging the young people is different these days because everybody's addicted to these gadgets. You have to find creative ways to reach people. It's always a challenge, but it's what we're cut out to do. So we're always trying to. We call it constant assessment. If we try something and it's not working, do we need to tweak it or we need to scrap it and do something else? And so we're always, at least methodology-wise, trying to look for what's going to work.
And Pastor, you yourself, because we're boys and we talk, you have low points where you get disgusted and angry and frustrated with lack of development, lack of opportunity, lack of concern for growth in your community. Do you not, sir? You too get down on the whole prospect of hope, do you not?
I do sometimes.
Yep.
I look at this billion-dollar development going in just across the river from us, and I hear the people that run this town saying the only thing we can get is more low-income housing.
It's true.
And I'm like, that's not true. We just need to have somebody with a vision in charge. And it gets frustrating, but that the battles are important.
Yeah.
And right now we're still in there throwing punches, trying to move this place forward because there's a lot of potential here, but the approach has to be a little different than other towns because we don't have some of the things that would draw people to a town. You have to build that. And so we have to scrap some stuff in order to move forward.
Pastor James Hogan, Faith Bridge Community Church, my man. Thanks, brother.
Hey, give your family my love. Have a great day.
Absolutely. My man gets it big time.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
So my brother-in-law, Scott, had open heart surgery, UPMC. Amazing, amazing surgeons. Amazing effort in the ICU. Amazing nurses. Amazing care. My sis Barb goes to Hillman twice a week for cancer treatment. For pancreatic cancer. Amazing, amazing treatment. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC. Amazing place. Hey, folks, Marty here. We need work done in your home, the biggest investment in your life. Who can you trust to deliver both quality and value? Come on. Call the cousins, Sam, Steve, and Calvin, the three cousins of CNS Cousins Construction. Experts. Top of your house to decking and siding. Their expert technicians will treat you like family. If you're looking for a total replacement or even a small repair, call the cousins at CNS Cousins Construction. 989-COUSINS, a local company you can trust. 989-COUSINS, the best.
As we grow older, we all need a little more help. That's why the elder law firm of Julian Gray Associates has a full-time social worker on staff to help you with challenges that lie ahead. To arrange a no-obligation consultation, please visit grayelderlaw.com and grow old with us.
Do you have a dark curiosity? Heart Starts Pounding, Horrors, Hauntings, and Mysteries is a weekly podcast hosted by me, Kaylin Moore. Each week, I'll take you on a dark journey through terrifying true urban legends, bizarre true crime cases, chilling tales of backwoods horror, and more. So if you're looking to join a passionate community of the darkly curious, check out Heart Starts Pounding on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, stay curious.
NASCO Roofing has done work on every one of my family's house. My sister, my brother, our house. They have done work on every single one of their homes and my home, and unbelievable work. Lifetime guarantee. Amazing work ethic. Amazing pricing. NASCO Roofing. NASCO. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Are you better or worse off? You heard the pastor. I love him. He's my man. I love him. He's a great, great man. Has so much wisdom. Has a hell of a church. You heard what he said, though. When they had a shooting down the street and a carjacking. And don't get him wrong, and don't mistake his honesty for his interest in living where he's living. If he had the money, and he said this, he would move, because he's had people shot and bleeding to death in his neighborhood, on the steps of his church. And he has an amazing family, he has beautiful kids. They're insanely cool. His wife is a star. And he's fed up. Are you better off than you were a year ago? (866-391-1020). I love some calls. 866-391-1020. We don't take a lot of calls on the show because we have a lot of content, and a lot of the callers just call in, and they actually a lot of experts, and so I love hearing from them. 866-391-1020. Are you better off than you were a year ago? This isn't political. I'm just asking you a question. I'm going to call up my list. I posted this morning, and hundreds and hundreds of you jumped in on the question. Are you better off or worse than a year ago? 866-391-1020. Curious what you have to say. What's wild about AI? What's wild about AI right now is, so I've had over 500 comments, which is a lot. Obviously, it's only been up an hour or so. AI jumps in and analyzes it. It's actually kind of cool. Commentators are divided on whether they're better off or worse off, citing factors like, this is actually cool, rising utility bills, economic growth, border security, personal financial progress. One commentator noted being $4,000 less in credit debt despite price fluctuations. I was blown away by the our electric bill, $922, the highest of our lives. Dave, my man Dave, my 401k has jumped $60,000. Matt, is that your measuring stick? My 401k has nothing to do with how good my life is. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Martha, open a bill lately. That's what I have seen. Insurance costs have exploded. Car costs have exploded. The average car is nearly $50,000. My father would die. Man, I remember going to look at Cadillacs with my dad, which we never bought because we couldn't afford, and they were $6,000. Now no one wants Cadillacs, and your average car is $50,000. Average. Look at Yukon. They're $70,000, $80,000. I'm serious. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, no, people love the Escalade in terms of Cadillac. They can't give away the electric car, which is beautiful, by the way. They have a beautiful electric car. What's it called, Patrick? You remember this stuff.
The Lyric.
It's gorgeous. Can't give them away. They can't. No one wants it for several reasons. But the Escalade is $110,000, and you can't get them. $110,000. Hell with that. A Suburban, $80,000+. American cars. Trucks, $40,000+. You can get them in the 30s, but it's tough. The average price car right now in America, $48,000. Average. Average house, median in America, $450,000. It's never been that high in history. Slightly lower in Pittsburgh, almost $300,000. But most Pittsburghers, cannot afford a $300,000 house. This isn't about Trump. This isn't about Biden. This is about living in America right now. Man, I saw a $922 electric bill and thought it was a mistake. It wasn't, actually. My wife chose a provider that offered us a low rate 4 years ago. And by law, they did it. They kept it low for a year or so and jacked it up. We are now 4x what anyone pays who's on Duquesne Light. It's a fact. Duquesne Light was cool as hell about this. We'll switch you back, and they did. So we're back to that rate. There's a site, you remember the name of it, Patrick, that has all the rates on it?
I don't remember it offhand.
Yeah, I'll get it.
We just got our electric bill, and it is the largest we've seen since we've been in our house.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's like almost $850. Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
$9.
But if you look at the actual consumption, though, we've used more electricity than we've ever used also, but still.
Wow.
The heat from, early July, mid-July, really spiked our electric use because the AC was cranking hard.
Housing is insane. Food costs are insane. If you go to a restaurant now and you take your family, we have 5, it's always $200. Always. Always. I take that back. We went to a hamburger joint in Wheeling, West Virginia. Really cute little town. It's called Route 88 Hamburgers and Beer. Brew, whatever. Delicious. Fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 7 of us. $160. Hamburgers, french fries. Really good, but $160. It's amazing. So if you're out there making $35,000, you're hosed. You're in full panic. In college, forget about it. I'm not poor mouthing. We've been blessed as hell. I'm grateful as hell. It's a struggle for folks. Sam the man.
Hi, Marty. How are you?
Good, big man.
Hey, I've always heard that the president don't have much to do with the economy, really. And, whether it was Biden or Trump, I don't blame Biden. But I don't hear any Trumpers right now complaining about the economy so much.
True.
As far as the 401k, the record was still under Biden at 45,000. So, like I say, I know I'm not doing any better.
No,
that's just.
And the things I talked about, Sam, insane cost: housing, food, transportation, insurance. Right?
Yeah, stuff's all off the chart.
Utilities,
especially like you said.
Utilities.
You can't afford anything today.
It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Great call. He's not picking on anyone. We're just saying. It's a shocker. And we have 2 in college, and in a couple of years we'll have 3 at the same time. 3 in college. Now, Pitt is quote-unquote cheap. Pitt's about $41,000. That's cheap. It will cost us, again, I'm not poor-mouthing, to put my kids through college, and including law school for Sophia, $1.3 million. How you doing?
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-969-0686 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-969-0686. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-969-0686 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-969-0686.
Hey folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out.
Just don't do it. Just don't go another day climbing in and out of that unsafe, ugly bathtub. Today's the day to step into a gorgeous new shower from PJ Fitzpatrick. The jacuzzi shower system from PJ Fitzpatrick features a low entry threshold. Just walk right in. The jacuzzi shower is luxurious, affordable, and it installs in just one day. Plus, PJ will include a free shower seat and safety bars for all customers this month. Visit trustpj.com today for your free design consultation.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny at 84 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Gas station video shows that what happened during Sunday night's deadly hit and run in Coriopolis. A pedestrian crossing the street almost made it to the sidewalk when he was hit by an SUV in the 800 block of 4th Avenue. Citgo service manager Carell Tompkins commented on the video.
It made me sick to my stomach. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Police found the driver by reviewing traffic light video and license plate readers and arrested him at his Ambridge home. He is an undocumented immigrant and has been detained by ICE. No official word yet on the identities of the other man. A state lawmaker wants to make sure roughly 300,000 Pennsylvanians eligible for Medicare are kept up to date on the impact of federal funding cuts. News Radio KDK's David Bolorado has that story.
Democratic State Representative Dan Frankel says a cut in funding means community organizations will need to step in and help provide key information to help people who are eligible for Medicaid. So he wants the Department of Human Services to proactively reach out to them, to develop easy-to-understand materials for applicants, to provide grants to help, and to streamline access to the Medicaid system for those organizations.
We know that beginning in January of 2027, and maybe even earlier, that these cuts will hit, and that many people who currently have health care under Medicaid may be losing their access to that coverage.
Frankel is currently gathering co-sponsors for his bill before it's introduced. David Bolorado, News Radio, KDKA.
A boil water advisory for Penn American Water customers has been lifted in Cross Creek Township, Independence Township, Jefferson Township, and West Middletown Borough. Customers were notified on Saturday a water main break caused loss of positive water pressure, resulting in the boil water advisory. In a statement, Penn American Water says acceptable test results indicate the issue has been resolved. 3 Pennsylvania amusement and water parks listed in a new ranking of the best in the U.S. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the details.
Knoebel, Splash Lagoon, and Hershey Park all landed inside the new ranking of the top 20 parks, which were compiled and ranked by TripAdvisor as part of the agency's Choice Awards Best of the Best. The rankings are awarded to places that receive a high volume of above and beyond reviews and opinions from the TripAdvisor community over a 12-month period. Hershey Park, which is located outside Harrisburg, landed in the number 18 spot on the list. Splash Lagoon Indoor Water Park Resort ranked 15th, and Knoebel's Amusement Resort, which is located in Central Pennsylvania, was ranked number 3. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 52 points, the NASDAQ down 75, the S&P 500 up 14. KDK Radio News Time, 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA. If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
A fire, it can change everything in seconds, but Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh is ready 24/7 to help restore what matters most. From smoke damage to full rebuilds, their experts are trained, trusted, and ready to work with your insurance. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van and get back to normal faster.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A heat advisory from noon today through 8 p.m. AccuWeather real feel temperatures near 100 the next couple of afternoons. The rest of today will become partly sunny, hot and humid with a high of 90. Clear to partly cloudy and muggy tonight, though 73. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 until 10. Looking forward to our weekly visit with Rich Fitzgerald in our 7 o'clock hour and find out what's going on around the 10-county region.
We're talking about costs, and this is all entertainment stuff, but it's insane what's happened to the ticket business, the concert business. Wow. When I was growing up, and that was like 160 years ago, if you went to a concert and you heard someone paid $100, that was insane. Now, $100 for the parking. Come on, man. 100. And there's this phenomenon with the big acts that you can't get the tickets unless you have big money. It's crazy. Like, we were in the car, my daughter said, I wanted to see that Sabrina Carpenter girl. She's coming to Pittsburgh. She's a big star. The cheapest seat that they could find was $600. And it's ironic because one of my boys, Ticket Nick, who I love, if you just sit with him and hang, it's just, the stories are insane. The info's fantastic. And he's a guru, man. He's one of the nation's most prominent, highly regarded ticket brokers. So he knows this game. And we were at this party, really cool party, and he said, it's insane what's happened to ticket prices and that most folks can't afford them. And I find this wild. My man, Ticket Nick, how are you today, buddy?
I'm good. How's it going, Marty?
So you've known this game for most of your life. I mean, you're the guru, right?
Yeah, I've been in the business for over 20 years.
Have you ever seen this insane phenomenon of the cost of tickets, sir?
No. The cost of tickets have skyrocketed, face values from post-COVID, and a lot of it's data-driven.
What do you mean?
Meaning that promoters are now seeing what tickets would go for on the secondary market, and they think that they can get it themselves. Wow. So my margins have become tighter on what the consumer can pay. So a ticket that I used to be able to buy for $100, I'm paying $200, and I'm selling it for, $250, $300.
Well, I sent you a note about this Sabrina Carpenter thing. My kids couldn't find anything for less than $400. You said it sold out. How fast?
It was seconds across the country.
Seconds.
There are two shows in Pittsburgh. The Thursday show is a little bit cheaper than the Friday show, and it's maybe about $350 to get in the door for Thursday.
$350
right now. Yes.
And I'm not being a jerk here. Those are the cheap seats, right?
Those are cheap seats, correct.
What are big shot seats cost?
Big shot seats, something lower bowl that's a good seat would be about $600.
Wow. And people pay this?
There's a lot of inventory out there, Marty. I mean, they're paying for it, but I think a lot of people are sitting back waiting for the market to loosen up a bit. I don't see big ticket items unless it's a big national event selling for insane amounts of money. So, it has to be a Super Bowl, a Masters, a Final Four. Local events in Pittsburgh, it's tough to hold.
I know, my man, but any big act is a big event now, and Sabrina Carpenter isn't exactly Taylor Swift. And $600 for a good seat is bizarre, Nick.
Yeah, but there's still a ton of inventory out there that we're seeing broker to broker. So it's not like I'm seeing 300 tickets out there. There's still a good amount of inventory out there.
But most people can't afford the big shows anymore.
No, they can't. We discussed that the other night.
Yeah. Why? What's happened? What is it? Costs or what? What?
I think that the promoters and the artists are trying to make up for not being able to tour for a couple years.
Oh.
And a lot of these acts also hire what they call a rights management company, which those tickets never hit the general public.
Oh.
So it's not like those tickets hit the on sale when the public tries to buy them. It's a block of tickets that they shop around to rights management companies to resell them, and then they get a profit share on that as well. So they get the face value and then a profit share.
What the hell's a rights management company?
They manage inventory and blocks of tickets for artists and venues. And it's become big business post-COVID to maximize revenue.
Oh. And the artists act like they know nothing about it.
Exactly. We don't do anything of that nature. And meanwhile, they're hustling their own tickets.
Wow. Then I look at this Sphere, and I see the Backstreet Boys, and the show is sick. And the average ticket's $800. Who the hell can pay that? That's in Vegas.
I don't know. I can get lower levels out the door at 500.
500.
One, it's Vegas. One, it's a new venue. Yeah. But face value on that stuff is elevated as well. So you're talking like a $350 ticket, going out the door for 500. I don't think that's too extreme.
Hey Nick, before you go, you know this stuff. You say there's a buzz about the Steelers like you haven't seen in a hell of a long time, right?
It's incredible.
Wow.
As long as they can win a couple games out of the gate, it's going to be a very good season for us.
Okay. And in your words, because you told me, what do you think is going to cost for, let's say, Pittsburgh-Cleveland game?
I think the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game could be maybe the largest game this season.
Come
here.
on. And what average cost? Come on, throw it out there, Nick. 600.
I don't know if I really want to put a number on it just yet, but
600.
We could see a $600 get in.
It's unbelievable. What is it, man? What's creating the buzz? Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think that's going to be the buzz. I think what we're going to see is people are going to be starved for football. So you have an away game, they go to Ireland, they have a bye week, and then that's the next home game, and it's a 1 o'clock.
Before we go in Ireland, people were jazzed about that too? Jazzed.
Oh, yeah, they're jazzed. Yeah, Ireland is big.
Couples, because I know this because Nick's my man. Couples for 4 nights. It's a hell of a trip and a lot of fun with hotel and drinking and stuff and partying like rock stars. 4 nights, you get to see the game, good seats in a hotel, all the food, all that crap. You're pushing $15,000. 15,000, right? Fair?
Yes.
It's amazing. It's amazing. God bless him. But here's what bothers me. When we were kids, Nick, man, we could get seats and see a concert for $20. No way, no how. So regular folks, the kid, the middle-class fam whose dad makes $48,000, they have no access to big shows ever. Do they, sir?
No, they do not.
That's sad. That sucks. And Nick's at Homer, man. He loves his town, and he knows what I'm talking about because he cares about people. It sucks, does it not?
Oh, it absolutely does.
Yep. Ticket, Nick, my brother. It's a pleasure, my man. Thanks for being you.
No problem. I appreciate it, Marty.
He's the best ever. Look, man, I don't care if you spend $100,000 on a damn ticket. I'm not doing it. It's not my thing. I don't get into it that much, and certainly don't have that money. I would love to go to Ireland, but I ain't paying $15,000. There's no way. And I love the Steelers. Never been to Ireland ever, but $15,000, man, and it's sold out. And they ask for more. AAA did. They asked for more. God bless them. They're getting it. Good for them. They do a hell of a job. But he closed out by telling what bothers me is that your guy who has a regular job, works a regular, hustles, he's a painter, carpenter, has a girlfriend. They want to see a show. They want to see a game. 1 ticket, $600. To hell with that. And I know that's the economy and the way it is, but it still sucks. It's just not cool.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, it's Brian Quaranta, host of On the Money, every Saturday morning, 8 to 9 a.m. on KDKA Radio. Retirement planning doesn't have to be stressful. Each week on our radio show, On the Money, I'll guide you through topics like building retirement income plan, minimizing taxes, and protecting your hard-earned savings. Join me this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. on KDKA Radio. Let's make your retirement plan as simple and stress-free as possible. That's On the Money, where retirement planning meets peace of mind.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Summer is here, and it's time to plan your style staycation with Bob's Discount Furniture, where you can find everyday low prices on the hottest styles. The comfiest Consumer Reports recommended mattresses, fast, friendly delivery, and flexible financing to fit your budget. Go to mybobs.com for details. So stock up and score everyday low prices, delivered on time all summer long at your nearest store or at mybobs.com.
Oh, my Bob.
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Do you consider someone in our Pittsburgh area a hero? A hero can be your neighbor, a teacher, a church leader, or even your parent. Someone who has done something extraordinary. Once again, KDKA Radio needs your help as we honor 5 local heroes in our community. Nominate your hero for Larry Richards' Hometown Heroes event at KDKARadio.com.
Have a big tree down in our backyard behind the deck, so it's not a big problem. But I'll tell you what, when you reach out to Greater Pitt Tree Service, it's never a problem. Carlos is the man, the best in the business. Let me say this, trained professionals, insured, bonded, best equipment, unbelievable work ethic. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE, the best in the business.
The summer savings are heating up at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. All natural pork baby back ribs, $2.99 a pound. Fresh blueberries, 1-pint containers, $1.99 each. And restaurant-style or bite-sized essential everyday tortilla chips, 12-ounce bags, 2 for $3. Additional savings in our meat department. Farm-raised fresh salmon fillets, $8.99 a pound. And boneless center-cut pork loin chops or roast, $2.99 a pound. In our produce department, locally grown zucchini or yellow squash, 99 cents a pound, and red or green seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound. In our deli department, Smith's Smokehouse Reserve ham, $7.99 a pound, and Guggisberg Amish butter or farmer's cheese, $7.49 a pound. And this week, selected varieties of Gia Russa pasta, 16-ounce packages, 99 cents each.
So get into Coons Market for the summer savings. They're heating up. How do you find the Coons Market nearest you? Click on CoonsMarket.com. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all 3 if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in the combo while supplies last.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Just talked to my boy, JK, the king of Oakmont restaurants. The Lot. Have you tried it? Best breakfast you'll ever have. Carnivores. Unbelievable wings. The Pub. Woo! The hamburgers. And how about Hofstadt's? The Italian is magnificent. So you got The Lot, Carnivores, the Pub, Hofstadt's. Every single one, the highest quality, the best food. Check them all out in Oakmont.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Alongside its quarterly earnings call, autonomous vehicle firm Aurora Innovation announced that its driverless trucks now operate at night. The company became the first company to operate an autonomous semi with no person in the driver's seat on public roads earlier this year, although it resumed operating with an observer at the request of one of its OEMs. CEO Chris Urmson said in the earnings call yesterday that the 3 vehicles still operate completely autonomously. Night driving is a key milestone for the company, and a milestone that came much sooner than expected. The company previously aimed to drive at night sometime during the fourth quarter. Also, having its federal funding eliminated, WQED Multimedia announced it's laying off 19 employees. The positions eliminated were primarily in marketing, membership, and production departments. WQED said it's offering financial support to impacted employees, including severance and continued company-paid benefits through the end of the calendar year. Congress and the Trump administration cuts to public broadcasting included a direct loss of $1.8 million annually, and WQED noted that it's also preparing to absorb other new expenses. This includes music licenses that were previously paid for by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, as well as grants from other federal agencies that have been suspended. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Gary, what's up?
Hey, Marty, wanted to comment two important things that were missed on that.
Yeah. Whoa.
We're about the same age, you and I. And you can see a good classic rock show, and I've seen them all. $30 for a lawn seat, right? Do you know how much it costs for a can? That's how it's sold. A can of water? $8. You want to rent a chair instead of sitting on the wet grass? That's an additional $30. And I've read every classic rock autobiography out there. They used to make all their money selling records, and the concerts were to drive record sales.
Yeah.
That's where they made their money.
Right.
Records, forget about it. Now you make the money on the shows.
Yeah. $30 to rent a chair, man.
$30 to rent a chair, $8 for a can of water called Liquid Death.
Yeah, that's bizarre. It's a massive company.
Yeah.
But and you're going to the cheap shows, man. The big time shows, like the Stones come through, ain't no $30 seat, brother.
Yeah. We had $600 in the tickets for Billy Joel and Rod Stewart, and I was willing to.
Wow. I love his call. I don't know what happened, Gary. We had bad connection from your brother. Tevin, my man, please come in here, sir. Thank you. We have a big star in our midst.
Yes, sir.
Going over there, please, my friend.
No big star. Happy to be here. How are you, sir?
Do me a favor, please.
Yes, sir.
This is our new producer. We're so jazzed about this. Tell everybody your name.
Trevin A. Jones.
And more impressive than his name is his background. Give us some of your history, man, and some of your experience, because we're so proud.
Okay.
Why not, man?
WBLS, WLIB in New York City. Bad Boy Entertainment. Assistant studio director at Daddy's House Recording Studio. AURN and Sheridan Broadcasting here in Pittsburgh. I actually was blessed to have a job offer here in Pittsburgh when I was in New York. Came here, did some sports anchoring there, did some production there as well. American Urban Radio Networks is where I landed as well, previous to this job.
Wow. So you've done it all, brother.
It's been fun. Marty, it's all about fun. And I like what you do because you actually give insight. You actually educate and enlighten. You
I
respect
annoy
your
people,
audience.
man. Come on, man.
I mean, yeah, I can see that too.
You
but
have
sometimes that stimulates.
Yeah, I heard you with Larry, my man. You know, I'm not telling you. You're a pro, so, you can teach me. You have a voice. We need that.
I appreciate that.
We need that, man.
Thank you.
Patrick knows I'm very honest about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been this thrilled about a producer in a long time, with all due respect to the middle school kids they bring in to do this job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jazzed as hell, man. We got plans for you.
I can't wait to rub elbows with you and Patrick, execute this thing, make it happen.
Well, Patrick's a pain in the ass.
Nah. Okay.
He's a know-it-all. You're just going to have to get used to that. Just nod your head and go, okay. No. Congrats, man. And we're really excited about this. I mean it, man.
Thank you for having me.
We got Mark Cuban tomorrow. Maybe we can see if we can get you out there to meet Mark Cuban.
That's exciting.
All right,
Giant
my man.
Eagle. Yes, sir.
Welcome. We are jazzed to have the man. This is a big, big deal for us. All right? All right.
The KDKA Mobile News Fleet is driven by Jim